At the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas, I'm Clint Watson, and this is ZNS.
It's What's Trending with Jiminita Swain and the Bahama Beauty. At the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas from Studio A. It all starts right now.
Hey everyone, it's Wednesday, October 1st, and you're watching What's Trending. I'm Jiminita Swain, and tonight we've got the latest news, and yes, we're diving into serious conversations that matter. And since it's the first day of October, Breast Cancer Awareness Month, I'm kicking it off in pink, reminding everyone to take care of themselves and their loved ones. So buckle up, get ready, and let's jump straight into What's Trending. Think laws are boring? Think again. The Ministry of Labor and the Public Service is giving you the mic at the Legislative Reform Town Hall meeting, and trust us, this isn't your average government gathering. We're talking real talk, real change, and why your voice matters. Plus, she's slammed into history as the first Bahamian female pro wrestler. Now, Kayia Capri is in studio to talk big wins, bigger dreams, and wrapping the 242 in the ring. And we've got a few quick and quirky life hacks that'll make your day a little easier and maybe a little funnier too. From keeping your bananas fresh to beating those pesky mosquitoes, we've got you covered. Hold that thought though, more exciting segments are coming right up.
Happy World Tourism Day. And this year, our focus, tourism and sustainable transformation. We know that the Bahamas has 700 islands, and as we market and promote the destination for our visitors to enjoy, we're also focused on preserving and protecting it for future generations. So today, I call on each and every one of you as we promote our destination. Let's continue to be as responsible as we can. We've eliminated single-use plastics throughout the destination, and we focus on preserving and protecting our corals and our reefs. Our millions of visitors come and enjoy our beautiful destination. So as we ensure that they're enriched in our culture, our history, and our heritage, let's also invite them to assist us in preserving and protecting it as well.
For nearly half a century, World Tourism Day has served as an occasion to call attention to how travel has shaped cultural, social, and economic development around the world. So today I take this opportunity to briefly highlight two major initiatives in ecotourism being undertaken in the Bahamas. First is our UN Startup Challenge, which invites entrepreneurs and stakeholders from across our islands to contribute to the sustainability of our tourism sector and our country by pitching their solutions at the UN Tourism Tech Adventures in the Bahamas. The next sustainable initiative we are promoting is our mission for mangroves. As we observe this World Tourism Day, the Bahamas is actively seeking new ways and new initiatives which will ensure that the natural wonders and resources of our islands are protected and preserved for many more years to come.
For more tourism updates, visit Tourism Today or Bahamas.com. I'm Michael Miller, and this is Tourism Today.
In a couple of days, the Ministry of Labor and the Public Service is opening the floor to the public with its Legislative Reform Town Hall meeting. It's a chance for citizens to engage directly with the laws and policies that affect their everyday lives. Joining us today is Nathaniel Butler Jr., the Human Resources Consultant, here to share what the meeting is all about, why your voice matters, and how this initiative could shape the future of labor and the public service in the Bahamas. Welcome to the show, Nathaniel.
Thanks for having me.
It's so great to have you here with us. So let's start at the beginning. What is this legislative reform town hall meeting, and why? What can people expect from it?
So the town hall meetings are focused around two legislative agenda or items, which are the Employment Act and also the Industrial Relations Act. And the purpose of this meeting is for us to kind of explore some of the recommendations that were made over the last 2 years by many of our community leaders, stakeholders, persons within the business community as well.
So why is it especially important right now as it relates to labor and the public service?
So it's important now because we want to ensure that our two major acts that governs employment and labor are modernized, that are relevant to the times that we are living in. And I think that it's extremely important now that the two town hall meetings allow for the general public to be heard as well and to hear some of their concerns. They also have a voice in lending to the conversation in regards to national progress for labor and also in employment within the Bahamas.
Well, I know people would definitely want to hear that. So who is this town hall designed for? Is it just only for government employees, or is the general public encouraged to attend and participate?
I'll be honest with you, this is really for the general public. The government of the Bahamas wants the entire populace of the general public. If you can't attend in person, there's the option of an online link through Zoom that you could be in attendance to also lend your voice to. So it's really centered for the general public in mind.
So how does this meeting then give everyday citizens a chance to shape policy and legislation?
So first and foremost, they will get a chance to hear some of the recommendations in detail and also in context. And then they will also be given the opportunity for them to ask questions where there may be gaps or there might be areas where they might not have a clear understanding of how it will relate to them or the practicality of the implementation of some of those points. And then lastly, also, the floor will be open for recommendations as well. Keep in mind, the government wants this to be very inclusive, and also they want the government wants this to be very inclusive and also a level of accountability as well.
So are you able to share what we're going to get into in terms of topics, or are you just being tight-lipped as a way to get people to attend the meetings?
Well, I'll share this. Two of the items that a lot of persons have given great feedback on is the extension of the maternity leave and also the introduction of paid paternity leave.
Okay. And that's important. Those are things that people definitely would want to know about. So for those who may be skeptical or unsure about attending, why is it important for them to show up and to give feedback at these meetings?
Well, it's all about involvement. It's all about participation. And more importantly, it's all about letting your voice be heard. And so the reason why this is extremely important for them to participate in is that you have a say in this, whether or not you're in agreement, whether or not you have some concerns, or whether or not you really want to see many of these recommendations come into fruition.
So where and when is this meeting or meetings going to take place? And if persons can't attend physically, what's the option for them?
Well, the first meeting in New Providence will be held on October 7th at 6 p.m., 6 to 8 at the National Training Agency. And then the second meeting, which will be in Grand Bahama on October 8th, which will be held at the Ministry of Labor and the Ministry of Public Service and Labor unit within the WINS building downtown. And it will also be at 6 to 8 p.m. as well.
Okay.
And then there's the online option that we mentioned as well. So I would say if you go to the Facebook page of the Public Service and Labor, you will see the login credentials for both town hall meetings, and I would say register.
And just reiterate for people again why it's important for them to make plans to attend these meetings. As you mentioned, there's going to be one here in the capital and the other in Grand Bahama. Just remind people so they know, so they can't say that they didn't hear all of the information. Yes.
Didn't hear. So once again, I would say you want to be a part of the conversation. And these two legislations in particular, they affect how we interact in the workplace.
Obviously, legislative change starts with the conversation, and town hall is one way for persons to get their voices heard. So thank you for joining us, Nathaniel Butler, I'm going to say Bannaby, Nathaniel Butler Jr., for shedding light on this very, very important subject. So thanks again for joining us.
No problem, anytime.
From tackling big ideas about change and reform, we now shift to someone making history in a whole different arena. She's taking her talent from Nassau to the world stage. Up next on Bahamian Footprints, we go inside the life and career of a Bahamian female professional wrestler. Stay with us.
Diet-friendly special.
Like, what you grabbing all these pizzas, boy?
Wait, Marcos, wait. We have a special on all the large one-topping pizzas, wait.
Pineapple.
All.
Barbecue.
All. Hey, VAT included, but
I need the $10 special place.
How many times would you like?
20 in it. Thank you so much, man. $10, that's it. The Marcos got that deal, boy.
The internet isn't just for surfing. There's a sea of shoppers buying online, and you can connect with them on Tingsy. Tingsy is the SBDC's online storefront built for Bahamians. Take your business to the next level by selling to customers online, both at home and around the world. People want Bahamian things, and if you got things to sell, sell on Tingsy. Find out how you can connect with a sea of buyers by visiting tingsybahamas.com.
From Nassau to the international stage, she's breaking barriers and making history in the ring. Our guest is the first ever Bahamian female professional wrestler, already scoring wins in major promotions from WWE's Next to Women of Wrestling, and right here at home as the ACW Women's Champion. And this week on Bahamian Footprints, we get up close and personal with her incredible journey. But beyond the belts and the body slam, she's on a mission to inspire, showing young Caribbean athletes that anything is possible when you fight for it. Today, we meet the powerhouse behind the persona, Kayia Capri, Alexis Gray. So welcome to What's Trending, Alexis.
Hi, thank you so much for having me here. I am so excited and I'm ready to talk.
It's great to have you here with us. So you made history as the first Bahamian pro wrestler. What does that milestone mean to you?
Man, with just hearing it out your mouth, it made my heart race because the little girl never knew all of the sports that she was in was to prepare for this moment. I always fell short of being a champion. No matter how hard I trained or how much days of the week I committed, it just always felt like I just was missing something. So to be here right now as all Caribbean wrestling women's champion and about to be that for a year now, it's an amazing experience, a journey that I never could have believed was about to be for me.
Because I know you were into athleticism, you know, you were into the track and field, I think it was, and to make the transition into wrestling, that was big.
That was huge, because track is a different beast of its own, okay? So going into professional wrestling, this is more than just sportsmanship. This is more than just training every day. This is now entertainment and sports. In track, they want you to be a little bit more conservative.
Yes.
You know, when you cross the finish line and you just defeated time itself, they kind of want you to not express yourself. Yeah. And in wrestling, I could just be who I is, you know, loud, boisterous, and in that setting is just so amazing that people around me could feed off my energy and they could see that like, wow, this girl been holding in a lot of excitement, and now she has the atmosphere where she could just.
Would you hype up the crowd too? Because when you come out and you do the whole conch shell bit, and the announcers like, oh, I didn't know the conch shell could do that. I mean, you bring it.
Oh yeah, I want them to know, number one, what Bahamian culture is. Oh, okay. And number two, I want them to understand, like, that's what Caribbean culture is, period. Excitement.
That's a lot of fun. So take us back to the moment when you signed with WWE. What was going through your mind?
Well, first things first, when they reached out to me, I genuinely thought it was fake. I thought it was somebody trying to play a trick on me. And then
just being punked?
Yeah. I told my Grammy about it, and they just was like, Lexi, girl, they can take you, girl. Don't go. And I ended up having a little bit more conversations with them. And I was in Texas at the time, finishing my master's degree at Texas Southern. And they reached out to me and they were like, we just in Dallas, you could just fly down here and just see if you like it. Man, once again, I did so many sports. I did gymnastics, karate, soccer, swimming. So I have so much body mechanics that is crazy. When I went to the tryout, everybody was kind of struggling with figuring out how to do everything they wanted, when in reality, I was there just having the time of my life. I finally could just not think. My body was already prepared for it. Mentally, I was already prepared for it. So now I could just let go and be who I was, which is Kayia Capri.
Kayia Capri, that's correct. So talk to us a little bit about WOW.
So WOW, it was a great experience. That was my first ever time on live television. I got to figure out camera angling and how to work a crowd, a real live crowd. And it was an amazing experience just to be there for that moment. And they actually prepared me for All Caribbean Wrestling, where I really found myself. I really was able to just become who I wanted to be in the ring. At All Caribbean, not only was I applying everything I learned at NXT, at WOW, I was applying what I wanted to apply to the sport. And that was Caribbean culture. Like at WOW, I kind of had to be a little bit of a generic Caribbean person so that they could understand. And that way I could understand myself and portray myself how I wanted to. But at All Caribbean, I got to be in front of Caribbean crowd. I didn't have to portray something because they knew exactly what I was talking about, especially my first ever match being in the Bahamas, Baja Bash. That, I cannot even describe to you that moment, walking out and hearing over 500 people just, they ain't even seen me wrestle yet. My videos at WOW didn't even come out yet. They ain't even seen nothing from me yet. But for them to show out and really support out the gate, that was just a moment where I was like, wow, like, I'm doing this.
So how did your time in Next shape your persona and as a person?
It shaped me because it made me more confident in who I was as a person. I always been loud. I always been outgoing and a social butterfly, but I didn't know, I was kind of uncomfortable being that because in certain settings, they're like, oh, a lady should act this way, a lady should act this way. And then finally, I was able to be a lady, but at the same time, still show who I was and bring myself completely in front of a crowd. So
now you're tearing it up as a women wrestler or woman wrestler. How did that persona come to life? Kayia Capri, I see that you look like you put a lot, one, into the nails. So I saw the videos talking about the nails, and two, into the outfits that you wear that brings in the energy. Kayia Capri, who is Kayia Capri?
Kayia is absolutely an island gal. She is the woman she can be pretty, but at the same time, she's scrappy. At the same time, she ain't scared to step up to nobody. No one has put fear in Kayia heart. She don't care who her opponent is. She's gonna approach every opponent the same exact way, with respect and never underestimating them. Even though they underestimate her.
I know, right?
She's small and you see the cute, pretty hair and stuff like that. Everybody just wants to say, oh, it's just gonna be an easy fight, but then they don't realize how intelligent I am. I love being just quirky and smart in the ring because those things set you apart. And that's when I started realizing, oh, I used to do this in a dance. Like when I used to go out, I used to be like, oh, I used to do the same thing. And like now I'm in a ring where I have everything just helping me, a bunch of assists.
So you talked about that earlier on in terms of the different sports, your athleticism. Obviously you get to showcase all of that in the ring. How do you pull it all together to know what to use when? Because you got it all.
It's a feeling. It's just a feeling. Like sometimes people are just so predictable. One thing I always found out about people, because I learned this in psychology. See, I gone to school. But I learned in psychology, people will most likely do the exact same thing that worked for someone else because that's just what they're comfortable with and that's what they're used to seeing. And me, I love doing things that people ain't used to seeing.
So you're catching them by surprise.
Mm-hmm. That's the best way to win.
But obviously, aside from that, your athleticism is more so it's like storytelling, showmanship, stamina. What do you love the most about bringing all of those elements together?
I love the way people treat me afterwards. After they see me put all of this entertainment before them and they realize, okay, she check off the athleticism box, she check off the entertainment box, she check off the
showmanship.
The showmanship and just being herself and her identity. She checking off all these boxes. It's the way they treat me afterwards that I love the most because that respect, you really don't get respect. Even though you want it, you have to earn people respect. And
yes.
I love earning people respect.
And you're passionate about inspiring the next generation of Caribbean athletes. So what's your message for young girls about training? Because you shared about it when we first started chatting about you didn't see this coming when you got that call initially. It's like, well, I know about that. But look at you now. So what is your message to other girls who are now looking at you and saying, well, hey, if Kayia Capri could do it, then maybe I could do it too?
My message to them is literally exactly that. Like, we all start in the same position where we're doing something that we're not absolutely sure about. But what you can be sure about is if you truthfully have faith in yourself and you just put your all into whatever you're doing right there in front of you right now, don't worry about what's coming after. Worry about right there in the front of you because you never know what it's preparing you for. We all have our own fates, and no matter what we do, nothing is going to change our fate. Your fate is always going to come to you, so you just have to be ready for it. Don't be scared.
That's some good. Like you say, you never scared, right?
Oh, okay.
So from WWE to WOW to ACW, your journey definitely has been epic. So what's next on the horizon for you?
What's next is to always keep my All Caribbean Wrestling title with me. I already almost have it for 1 year now. October is going to make 1 full year that I was All Caribbean Wrestling Champion, and I plan to keep it until a woman that I see myself in, and she better than me, when she step in that ring with me and I lose, it's going to be to someone who I know they're going to take this pride and they can carry it on like how I was carrying it for my whole entire reign. And then I do plan on joining some bigger promotions. A lot of these promotions, they have their eyes on me. They don't want to admit it because, that's just when I say you got to earn it. So they watching me and I prepared to give them something that their fans have never seen before. Like, I've been teasing TNA. That's another big promotion out there. I've been teasing it because I know their fans itching. Like everybody, WWE, TNA, AEW, all of these places, their fans are dying for someone with a character. They dying for a story that they could follow and they could fall in love with from a women's standpoint. They dying for this because they just keep getting fed the same thing over and over and over again.
And you want something different. You need something different.
They need it, and that's what I'm here for.
Okay. Well, guess what? I understand it's your birthday today. So we are What's Trending. Want to say a very special happy birthday to you. So much love from the 242 and the world. So we hope you have a fabulous, fabulous, fabulous birthday today.
Thank
so
you
I just
so
wanted
much.
to get that in there because I didn't want you to think we forgot.
Oh,
So from breaking barriers into taking on the ring, Kayia Capri is proof that Caribbean talent belongs on the world stage. She's more than a champion. She's a trailblazer, a role model, and a reminder that your roots can be powerful. And so we will be cheering you on, Kayia Capri, wherever you end up. So congrats. Keep doing you. I hear you say your belt heavy, but I know you're going to be continuing to lug it around, right?
Oh, okay. Because Capri Sun, don't ever stop shining.
Take that.
Take that.
Well, there is more What's Trending after the break. Stay with us.
Diet-friendly special.
got termites and need to get rid of them fast, trust Rentokil Initial. With over 60 years experience in the Bahamas, the global brand, training, and expertise can't be beat. Only Rentokil Initial gives you a 3-year warranty and payment plan options on termite fumigation. No one can match the range of treatments we offer, such as fumigation, pre-construction treatments, termite monitoring, and more. No matter where you are in the Bahamas, we will come to you. When it comes to complete termite eradication, there's only one name, Rentokil Initial.
Like, what you grabbing all these pizzas, boy?
Wait, Marcos, wait. We have a special on all the large one-topping pizzas, wait.
Pineapple.
All.
Barbecue.
All. Hey, VAT included, boy.
I need the $10 special place.
How many times would you like?
20 in it. Thank you so much, man. $10, that's it. And Marcos got that deal, boy.
All right, folks, you know how life can get complicated sometimes. Well, I'm here to make it a little easier or at least a little funnier. Today, I've got 5 mini life hacks that might just change your day or at least make you laugh trying them. First up, bananas. You know how you buy them on Monday and then by Wednesday they already look like they're ready for banana bread? Well, here's the trick. Wrap the stems with cling wrap and it slows down the ripening. Basically, you're giving your bananas a little plastic hat and it works. If not, hey, more excuses for banana bread. While living in the Bahamas, you know this one will come in handy. After the beach, sprinkle some baby powder on your feet and the sand just falls right off. No more fighting with towels, no more sandy car seats. Now you can leave the sand where it belongs, on the beach and not in your trunk. Try them. Let me know which ones work for you. And if all else fails, at least you had a laugh. There's more What's Trending after the break.
If you would like to be a part of What's Trending, DM us on Instagram at What's Trending on ZNS.
Bang ding. Ding bang ding. Ding ding bang. Bang bang bang. Ding bang ding. Ding bang ding. Ding ding bang. Bang bang bang. Ding bang ding. Bang bang. Ding bang ding. Ding bang ding. Ding ding bang.
Tired of looking at the same old kitchen? Step 1. Our talented recommended designer Mark crafts a custom design just for you. Step 2. Once your design is ready, CBS Bahamas makes ordering effortless. Your dream kitchen is within reach. Step 3. Our recommended installers bring your vision to life, ensuring every detail is perfectly in place. Sit back and relax as your dream space becomes a reality. Visit cbsbahamas.com and start bringing your home improvement dreams to life today.
Things may be tough, but Wendy's got you covered. Grab a day single or chicken sandwich with a junior fries and 16-ounce beverage for just $6.95. Why choose less from the other guys when you can get more? At Wendy's, we're providing bigger bites and better deals. So purchase your Tings Tough Value Meal today. Now available at all locations excluding the airport and food truck.
On Thursday's show, we sit down with the author of Dear Bahamian Gal, a powerful collection of stories, lessons, and encouragement for women navigating life, love, and identity in the Bahamas and beyond. And that's the wrap for What's Trending. Follow us on Instagram at What's Trending on ZNS for show clips and behind-the-scenes moments. See you tomorrow at 6 p.m. for more lifestyle, entertainment, and so much more.
At Harold Bourne, I'm Ted Jervis, and this is ZNS.
This is the Bahamas Tonight. The Northern Edition has a look at stories making news tonight. Labor officials predict a record low jobless rate for Grand Bahama in the upcoming statistics. Also ahead, relief is on the way for Taino Beach Bridge users, and the Democratic National Alliance mounts a comeback on the political stage.
The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition starts now.
We know that those first quarter numbers don't reflect the actual unemployment situation in Grand Bahama.
Good evening and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Ramiko Knowles. Thanks so much for tuning in. Topping news tonight, Grand Bahama could see record low unemployment figures in the second and third quarter statistics. That's according to Labor Executive Director Quintin Larota. His optimism comes despite the latest report by the Bahamas National Statistical Institute showing that unemployment on the island has recently climbed. But as officials explain, the first quarter numbers don't tell the full story. More details in tonight's top report.
At the Department of Labor, particularly here looking at what's happening in Grand Bahama, we know that those first quarter numbers don't reflect the actual unemployment situation in Grand Bahama.
The recent unemployment figures released by the Bahamas National Statistical Institute for Grand Bahama are drawing pushback from Labor Executive Quintin Larota. According to BNSI data, unemployment on the island rose from 8.8% in 2024 to 12.8% in the first quarter of 2025.
The first quarter didn't take into account the employment from Celebration Key. Celebration Key has more than 600 Bahamians employed, and so that was not factored into the first quarter because they opened, I think, around June, sometime in the summer, which was after that time that the first quarter was based on.
But the labor director believes the picture will soon look very different. He says the second and third quarter numbers will show a major improvement and even predicts that Grand Bahama could see record low unemployment.
So I anticipate a much lower unemployment rate as we move to what I think is the ideal, about 6%. I saw a pressure on the employers and the government to get there, but at one time, 6% used to be considered full employment.
That confidence, he explains, is fueled by a series of major investments and new opportunities, developments that were not factored into the first quarter statistics, but are expected to come on stream in the months ahead.
Norwegian is partnering with, we have just preliminary talks with Norwegian and partnering with them for a job fair, which is going to come on board soon, and that's going to be a massive search for employees as well. That too, added on to those at Celebration Key, will cause a significant drop in the unemployment rate. Also, looking at what was done with the container port, which was what also occurred after the first quarter. They took on more employees, and then the expansion of the shipyard would also absorb more workers as well.
Well, after more than a year of inconvenience for residents, a solution is finally underway for the Taino Beach Bridge. Officials from Kayia Service Company Limited has announced plans to construct a new causeway. The details in tonight's City in Motion.
We are happy to express that we are moving forward with a temporary causeway at the Taino Bridge.
A solution to a long-standing problem inconveniencing residents traversing the Taino Beach Bridge has finally been reached. The western portion of the bridge has been closed for more than a year due to safety concerns, and while initial plans called for repairs, Assistant Maintenance Manager at Kayia Service Company Limited, Corey Cartwright, says the decision has now been made to construct a brand new causeway instead.
As far as causeway design is on the eastern side of the Taino Beach Bridge. It'll be one-way traffic, 2 lanes traveling north and south to allow residents to access the area for whatever services or whether it's just visitation points to the beach. To explain the process of the causeway, we're going to be using 1H and 4-1 to place a 40-foot wide, aggregate fill, asphalt top causeway across the seabed.
Officials explained that the newly built causeway will eliminate marine passage beneath the existing Taino Beach Bridge channel, which has been closed to boaters for some time.
For the marine boaters, we want to ensure that they use the Fortune Bay Inlet, which is on the eastern side, to access any lots within the Fortune Bay subdivision. And then on the western side, we have the Bell Channel area that will bring us back to the lots located up to the Taino Beach area. So the boaters will not be limited in this aspect. They can use either the western or the eastern inlet channels at the Bell Channel Bay entrance or at the Fortune Bay Inlet channel, where they'll be able to access any part of the property. The only thing they will not be able to do is go underneath the bridge itself.
Cartwright notes that the use of a causeway is not a new concept for Grand Bahama. Similar structures have already been successfully implemented at the Fishing Hole Road and along the Grand Bahama Highway. When it comes to stability, he assures residents that the new causeway will be built to modern standards and designed to stand the test of time. And after years of weight restrictions on the old Taino Beach Bridge, there's even more good news about what's to come with the new structure.
There will be no restrictions on the causeway at all. Anything will be able to cross over without any interference, any concerns. Your cement trucks, the fire trucks, anything with over the 10-ton weight will be able to pass without any queries.
Now, the causeway is expected to start mid-October and will be completed in about 4 weeks. In other news, a Grand Bahama resident is pushing back against the Grand Bahama Power Company, saying that he is tired of the excuses and it is time for a change with the island's electricity provider. Sherelle Dames has more in this report.
While power was restored for most of the island during Tropical Storm Imelda, one small senior community remained without electricity for hours. The resident says all the food and supplies he prepared to ride out the storm were lost, leaving him feeling frustrated and forgotten.
I'm highly disappointed. Even though someone claimed that they were 98% customer on power, it should have been 100% considering we did not have a hurricane, and the city of Freeport in no way was affected, flooding or otherwise. If you can't keep 50,000 persons electrified, you don't deserve to have the license to operate in this country like that.
Chief Operating Officer of the power company, Nikita Mullings, addressed the concerns, explaining the protocol for restoration and why crews were not able to be dispatched during that particular time.
Out of an abundance of caution and in the interest of public and employee safety, our teams are not permitted to begin restoration work until the official all clear is given. This storm, the all clear was issued at 12 midnight. Once it was deemed safe, our crews, who were already mobilized and prepared, began response efforts to restore power as quickly and as safely as possible. There were, however, some isolated outages that took longer to address, as these jobs required work from within the bucket.
Now, beyond his frustration, Smith offered a solution for easing the burdens on Grand Bahama residents with regard to the unreliable power as well as the high power costs.
Take away tax completely from generators and solar panels.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Sherelle Dames.
Well, as the Democratic National Alliance prepares its return ahead of the 2026 general election, a former member says the party's reconstruction could pave the way for future leadership, while some welcomes the diversity it brings to the political arena.
The Democratic National Alliance is making its return to the political stage, signaling its intent to contest the 2026 general election. Former candidate Roger Roll ran for the DNA in 2012 in the West Grand Bahama constituency. He says if the party is being reconstructed, it could be a positive step for the next 10 to 15 years.
And so I'm thinking they're trying to make an inroad to set a platform to move forward for the next 10, 15 years. Because if they're not in it for the long haul, I simply believe it's just a waste of time.
Founded in 2011 under the leadership of former Free National Movement member Granville McCartney, the DNA emerged as a third-party alternative to the country's two-party dominance. The party contested the 2012 and 2017 general elections, but failed to secure a seat in Parliament. Orinthia Kumalafi eventually became the leader of the DNA in 2019, but resigned in 2021, citing admitting that the third-party politics in the Bahamas was brutal and extremely difficult. Meanwhile, former DNA candidate Osmond Johnson is throwing his full support behind the move.
For the Democratic National Alliance in the 2012 general election, I welcome the return of the DNA to the Bahamian political forum ahead of the anticipated 2026 general elections. The presence of alternative parties like the DNA is essential to the health of our democracy. It diversifies our political landscape and brings fresh perspective.
The announcement of its return comes as Prime Minister Philip Davis continues to tout his administration's progress into getting the country back on track, which he says inspire other political parties.
To say about that is that I'm encouraged that our democracy is alive and well, that we have the country in such a good position now that everyone wants to be right out. So I'm happy to see that. What their chances are, we can see. The Bahamian people will speak to that.
Now, according to a statement released by the DNA, the party said it intends to put forward pragmatic, rational, realistic, intelligent, and fact-based solutions and would take a more activist approach than before. The DNA said its convention will be the next step in relaunching, promising that the presence will be felt once again in the national life under the banner Light the Way. Meanwhile, speculation swirls of former Prime Minister Hubert Minnis, former DNA leader Granville McCartney may be joining forces ahead of the 2026 general elections. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Shalia Rule.
Well, tonight the community is mourning the loss of a man who spent decades helping others through their darkest hours. Those who knew him describe him as someone who gave selflessly until the very end. Jolanda Thompson-Everest has more in this report.
Keith McSweeney spent his life comforting grieving families and conducting the final rites for so many in the community. Sadly, the roles are now reversed as loved ones prepare to lay him to rest.
And he was thinking of going to Florida this week to see the doctor and what have you know. But unfortunately, that wasn't the case.
McSweeney established Rescue Memorial Mortuary and Crematorium in New Providence in 1994, later expanding to Freeport in 1997. For decades, he faithfully served families on both islands with excellence and compassion. Close friends Mike Edwards, Barry Morris, and Kelly Burrows also reflecting on the cherished memories with him, adding that this loss has them heartbroken.
It is just sad that he's gone.
My heart is broken and the tears often flows. He was a giant of a man.
I haven't come to grips, that he's no longer here with us.
These men testify to the courage and character of the funeral director and to the profound impact he had on so many lives.
He was not a braggadocious, flamboyant, or person who looked for attention.
There were many times young persons would come visit this establishment. Keith would be here. He'd talk to them about school, going away to school. Next thing you know, he goes outside and he comes back, he writes a check for 500, for 1,000.
He was a gentleman. He was a brother. He was a friend. He was a friend to the poor.
Keith McSweeney was more than a funeral director. He was a quiet giver whose generosity often went unnoticed. Friends recall how he spent countless dollars out of his own pockets, often providing free funeral services to those in need and making donations without ever seeking recognition. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Jolanda Thompson-Everest.
And still to come,
The Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture officially launching National Youth Month under the theme Youth Voices Unlocked. That story, sports, and more when we come back.
There are some things that are undeniably Bahamian. A good count salad, Junkanoo, the way we worship, the way we take care of one another, all undeniably Bahamian. And right in the midst of our iconic things, places, and people is Commonwealth Bank. Increasing access, sponsoring dreams, working alongside Bahamians to increase the quality of their lives for more than 60 years. Commonwealth Bank, nothing more than being Bahamian. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Come on down and see what Dolly Madison has in store for you. Renovate and rejuvenate at Dolly Madison.
One night, one stage, one unforgettable experience. Saturday, October 4th at 7 p.m., the Bahamas Red Cross Society Grand Bahama presents the Starlight Soiree at the Grand Lucayan Great Ballroom, an exclusive gala held under the patronage of Her Excellency, the Most Honorable Cynthia A. Pratt, Governor General of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. Tickets are available now at the Red Cross Center at a donation of $125. This is more than a gala. This is the Starlight Soiree.
The Grand Bahama Port Authority presents The City Rush, a community Junkanoo rush Saturday, October 11th at 6 p.m. on Explorers Way. Featuring the Swingers, Superstar Rockers, Platinum Nights, Classic Dancers, New Generation, plus live music by Money Like Dirt and Solex Music. Admission is free.
The snack place has the best variety at the best prices, from chips, cookies, and candies to $2 snack bags packed with goodies. Find them in the Sunset Commercial Plaza next to the bicycle shop in Caravelle Beach. They're open from Monday through Saturday, 8:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Esquire's Menswear presents Passion for Fashion, Saturday, October 4th at the Pelican Bay Hotel at 7 p.m. Tickets are $50 and can be purchased at Esquire's Men's. Shape your crepe and oh my gosh, couture. Attire is elegant.
Don't miss the extended 25% end of summer sale at Park & Shop this September 30th, October 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, excluding red tag items and underwear. They now accept canoe.
Edinburgh Napier University, Scotland's #1 modular university, is now recruiting for January 2026. Don't miss the free info session on October 14th at the British Colonial Hotel from 6:30 to 8 p.m. Visit seidegrees.com today. Get ready, Grand Bahama. Our national bank heist hits the stage at the Bishop Michael Eldon School Auditorium October 3rd and 4th at 8 p.m. and October 5th at 5 p.m. Tickets just $40 on sale now at 17 Shop and Gizmos and Gadgets.
Save more drugs, from cosmetics to prosthetics. What you need for your family, the brands you're looking for, the quality you expect, vitamins you need, and prescriptions you came for. Feel the love. Save more at Save More Drugs.
Your #1 team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
Welcome back. Youth across the island are being celebrated in a big way this month as the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture officially launched National Youth Month under the theme Youth Voices Unlocked. The symposium encouraging young people to speak up, step forward, and shape their future. Sherelle Dames has more.
Youth Voices Unlocked.
Youth Month kicked off with high energy from the nation's youth. The ceremony opened with a strong message. Young people have ideas worth hearing, and the country is making room for them to lead. Minister for Grand Bahama, the Honorable Ginger Moxie, spoke about the opportunities and initiatives for the nation's future.
There are so many opportunities for young people on Grand Bahama. We have the Young Innovators Club that's going to be started at the Incubator Center. That's going to be exciting because that's where we want young people to come together to solve some of our challenges.
The Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, the Honorable Mario Boleg, echoed the call for the youth to step up, reminding them that finding their voice starts with finding their purpose.
For young people, they need to find what their purpose in life is, and they need to realize that sometimes that's the things that they love to do,
and the things that they love to do and comfortable doing, and also that challenges them is the things that they need to get themselves involved with. And I think if they do that, they'll find their purpose. And once they find their purpose, they'll find their voice.
Miss Universe Bahamas, Malik Bow, served as guest speaker for the symposium. She inspired all in attendance with a powerful reminder that their voice isn't just powerful, it's world-changing. Meanwhile, Youth Officer Rayette Spence says that the Ministry of Youth is committed to equipping the youth with skills and how to unlock their voices.
No matter how scared you are, do it anyway. You have to find the way to unlock your voice.
I need to be able to create a safe space, give them some tools and some skills to understand how to not just unlock it, but unlock it with power, with purpose, to unlock it respectfully.
And from the youngest voice came one of the most heartfelt moments in the way of a poem about hope, pride, and love for country.
With hope, a brand new run. We dance to the drums of Junkanoo, colors swirling down every street.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Sherelle Dames.
Well, the Leadership, Esteem, Ability, Discipline, also known as the LEAD Institute, welcomed the second cohort of graduates from its Domestic Violence Intervention Training Program. This year's edition of the group consisted of 16 total graduates, with 15 of them being Royal Bahamas Police Force officers. Speaking with President and CEO of the LEAD Institute, Troy Clark, he expresses his excitement for this cohort of graduates, while also noting there is more to come from the enterprise and its community partnerships.
We are gearing up with future training in anti-gang, also substance use disorder, also what we call suicide prevention training. And we hope that not only for the police force, but for the entire community can get involved.
Assistant Commissioner of Police and Officer in charge of the Domestic Violence Unit, Janet McKinsey, notes officers do receive a specialized module regarding domestic violence. However, the program simply provides more in-depth training.
I just want everyone to understand that the basic police training has a module where all police officers are trained in domestic violence, but there's always a need for a little bit more training. And today's training was more or less a certification. So these officers are certified domestic violence interventors, or should I say, warriors.
Now, the month of October is also recognized as Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and that is why our back wall is in the color of pink. ZNS is showing their support. And that's a look at stories making news. What's happening in sports?
Well, the under-23 baseball team is down in Panama. They just picked up a key win, and they're looking to close out play on Thursday.
All right, that's coming your way next after the break.
In healthcare, precision isn't optional. It's life-saving. One wrong reading can lead to the wrong treatment. Using uncalibrated equipment means risking misdiagnosis, mistreatment, and unnecessary grief. That's where Livy Calibrations comes in. Trusted, accurate, and 100% Bahamian owned. From ECGs to fume hoods, defibrillators to patient monitors, we calibrate them all, on-site, with careful precision. Livy Calibrations. Trusted results, reliable service, uncompromising accuracy. Book your calibration today, because in medical care, there's no room for error.
Journey to a serene oasis. Relax. Rejuvenate. Renew. Welcome to Renew Day Spa. For appointments, call 352-RENU.
Strength isn't claimed, it's built. At Heroic Concrete, every block is made with purpose, crafted to protect, afford to endure. From ready mix to premium 8-inch blocks, we supply the strength our nation needs. Proudly made in Grand Bahama, built for hurricanes, built for legacy. Creating products that bring value to our lives and strength to our future. Call 820-4376 or email sales@heroicgrouplimited.com.
Save more drugs. We got you. From cosmetics to prosthetics, what you need for your family, the brands you're looking for, the quality you expect, the prices you need and deserve. Feel the love. Save more at Save More Drugs.
Hey, what are you doing?
I'm self-insuring my investments starting with this tarp.
We all remember the blue tarps after the storm. Let's make sure that we are covered with more than a tarp. Don't allow your investment to be at risk. Protect your investment with one of our insurance policies.
Nobody
does it
better.
What's happening, ladies and gents? I'm Shane Stubbs with your evening sports update. The Flawless Construction Legacy Clothing Junior National Tennis Tournament lived up to its billing. And bringing you all the results is none other than Matthew Martinborough.
Before weather conditions threatened a delay, the Grand Bahama Tennis Association concluded its under-14 and under-16 junior national championships over the weekend.
Yeah, it's been really nice. I played my first match today and in the under-16s, and I won it.
I lost my match. I'm pretty disappointed, but I see a lot that I have to improve on, and I'm going to work on that.
For under-14, winning the girls' divisions is Caitlin Pratt, with Daniel Saunders finishing as runner-up. For the boys, Julius Williams took the crown, and Harrison Van Olsen was the runner-up. And in under-16 girls, Tatiana Madu won the division, and Caitlin Pratt once again graced the podium as the runner-up. And finally, in boys, Aiden Ritchie was the division's ace, with the runner-up being Sanaj Watkins. For ZNS Total Sports, I'm Matthew Martinborough.
Meanwhile, down in Panama, the Bahamas under-23 national baseball team picking up another W at the Pan American Championships tournament. They take down Aruba 7-3. Here's closing pitcher Xavier Saint on getting the W.
Coming out the pen in relief, I just had a mindset of attack, go right at them. Just keep playing as a team, trusting each and everyone on the team. Just keep taking it one pitch at a time.
The Bahamas is now 1-2 in group play, and they will finish out group play against Cuba on Thursday. And finally in sports, the latest scores from high school volleyball over on Abaco. In senior girls action, the Forest Heights Falcons soared above the Patrick J. Bethel Marlins in 2 straight sets. The final scores 25-19 and 25-12. The Agape Eagles took care of business against Long Bay in 2 straight sets, 25-2 and 25-7. On the junior girls side of the net, the Agape Eagles outlasted SC Boodle 2-1. The scores in that one 25-21, 25-19 and 15-7. And on the senior boys end of things, Patrick J. Bethel only needed 2 sets to get by Long Bay, 25-11 and 25-20. And that's your check on sports, everyone. I'm Shane Stubbs. Stay great. Your Facebook friend of the day is up next.
The snack place has the best variety at the best prices, from chips, cookies, and candies to $2 snack bags packed with goodies. Find them in the Sunset Commercial Plaza next to the bicycle shop in Caravelle Beach. They're open from Monday through Saturday, 8:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m.
At Save More Drugs, we got you. We got what you want. We got what you need. We got what you came for. The quality you expect, the prices you need and deserve. Save more at Save More Drugs.
Your number 1 team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
And that's going to do it for us here in the North. I'm Ramiko Knowles.
I'm Shane Stubbs.
Thanks so much for tuning in. Here's a live look at the Bahamas tonight, coming your way next.
Brought to you. ZNS News is brought to you by the new BTC. Fiber is here. Faster, stronger, more reliable. Together we are unstoppable. Switch today.
Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, hear how or if the U.S. government's shutdown impacts the Bahamas. Plus, progress for Barry Exuma now that a nearly $3 million water project has been signed for that island. Hear what that means for those residents. Also, what the Prime Minister makes of a possible widening of the field for opposing political candidates. The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, starts now. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the broadcast. The salaries of hundreds of U.S. federal workers and even some of its government services temporarily in limbo tonight as the United States government has shut down. This the end result of the U.S. Congress reaching a stalemate on how to extend government funding. Now, the temporary closure impacting U.S. Embassy operations here in Nassau, a Facebook post indicating that the embassy's social media account will not be updated regularly due to the lapse in U.S. government appropriations. Now, that leaves only urgent safety and security information to be shared until full operations resume. As our closest northern neighbor, we asked Foreign Affairs Minister the Honorable Fred Mitchell on whether the Bahamas will be impacted.
Insofar as consular services are concerned, which is the main interface that Bahamians have with the U.S. Embassy, the information that we have, the advice that I have is consular services are not affected and visa operations will continue as normal. So I don't suspect there's any significant impact or no impact at all on it.
Well, back here at home, Barry residents now have access to a reliable water supply. For some, it even means transitioning from wells to a piped water system that will not fail when the water goes out. The Prime Minister says it's a sign of progress and a move to bring dignity to Exuma residents. Return now to our Cleopatra Murphy for the details.
It's been years in the making, but now residents in the Baritari community have access to potable water. It's part of a multi-million-dollar water infrastructure project.
This delivery here in Baritari is part of a larger story. A story of a nation choosing to move forward together. When every settlement can rely on the same foundations, when opportunity reaches every island, then the strength of the whole country is greater. That is how we build unity. That is how we build pride in our Bahamas. This work will continue. Settlement by settlement, island by island, we will deliver until every Bahamian feels the same progress you feel today. We are creating a Bahamas where a child in Baritari has the same chance as a child in Nassau, where a farmer in Andros has the same support as a business owner in Freeport.
The commissioning is a part of an overall $9.1 million water infrastructural upgrade for the island of Exuma. You'll have more on that commissioning ceremony in a later newscast. For now, I'm Cleopatra Murphy from Exuma.
Well, from Exuma, we head on over to the Berry Islands tonight, where Vice President of Hotel Operations and New Build Delivery with Norwegian, the Jovo Sokolovic, says renovations to their private island, Great Stirrup Keys, expected to be completed by mid-2026. And this despite this weekend's minor setback.
It is on schedule right now, yes. As you can imagine, the storm didn't help. It did not really disrupt heavily the works itself. Maybe we are 3-4 days that we were quiet in preparation during the storm and a little bit after. But what is actually the barges coming to an island, you know, like that is something that I think was maybe a week stalled. But I mean, remedies are always made in order to make sure that is being offset.
Now, if all goes according to plan, by next year, the island will feature an upgraded water park, a multi-ship pier, an adults-only club, an aquatic go-kart and jet ski race course, a heated pool with swim-up bars coupled with other amenities. Sokolovic credits diligent workers with the project's growing success.
We have great contractors that are working on an island. A lot of them employing Bahamian talent as well. I would say 95% of them are from there. So yeah, we are relying on them so far. You will all be informed about all the details and intricacies when it comes to that, and I'm sure a lot of you will be invited to the inauguration of whatever new amenities we have on the island at the end of this year.
The VP also addressing claims this past summer of managers being fired without just reasoning and neglecting to pay workers on time. He says since then, some of those issues have been resolved.
You know, Norwegian Cruise Line is a good corporate citizen. We are not there to trick anybody, and whatever concerns we have inherited, they are actively being dealt with, and I would say 95% of those being resolved as well. So the situation that we have right now, as I told you, the direction that we have taken has contributed to that sentiment of the people that work for us. We are on the island creating a safe environment for everybody, because I believe the focus should be on the quality, should be on development, should be on personal development. So it's not only a managing day-to-day business, but also, you know, like going into the sphere of metaphysical, if you want, you know, that we want to open the horizons for those young boys and girls that come to work for us. We want to, you know, make sure that they understand how great they are and what they can achieve if they put the work in, because nothing comes without hard work, that I can assure you.
Well, here in the capital, Pinewood residents still in recovery mode. As Lloyd Allen tells us, even as waters subside, concerns linger.
Residual impact for Pinewood Gardens residents as waterways are slowly transforming back to thoroughfares and residents beginning the slow road to restoration, some having more damage than others. Antoinette says she has rented in Pinewoods for several years and was off the island until Tuesday.
This area what I'm in now, we always have this water problem, and then the drain isn't working. They send people to fix the drains, but no one professional to my view, because it's always happening and nothing is changing in this area.
Hi, my name is Hortense Clinton, and I live on Military Avenue for about 36 years now. We've been having these problems from since then to now.
Now, during our visit, Clinton was spotted at the front of her property raking up debris, but indicates some of the damage remains.
So those are signs of mold that have started since Monday?
Yes, it just started Monday. Now just the rain went on the sheetrock.
On Monday, our news team drove through water which blanketed virtually all signs of dry ground, and now 3 days later, there is some progress.
I saw you all driving through on the back of a truck to the water. The water was high. You couldn't see nowhere. You can see no kind of land through this area.
And as concerns remain on replacing damaged electronics and restoration costs, the Member of Parliament for Pinewood Gardens, the Honorable Miles LaRota, is inviting all residents to come to Cleveland Eneas School at 6 p.m. Friday to have their concerns addressed, as well as addressing the issue of more than $20 million now slated for a new drainage system. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Lloyd Allen.
Well, as you just heard, Pinewood residents are being encouraged to attend a town hall meeting slated for Friday, October 3rd, to learn more about that $20 million drainage remediation project on tap for that very community. The meeting will be held, as you just heard, at Cleveland Eneas Primary School starting at 6 p.m. It comes as residents continue to grapple with flooding in that area. Now, Area Member of Parliament and Social Services Minister, the Honorable Miles LaRota, says a team from the Ministry of Works will be attendance and will provide more details on the way forward.
Mrs. Clark, who is the senior engineer in maintenance and construction, is going to be there along with the team from the Ministry of Works, and they're going to give the residents of Pinewood all of the information as to what's going to be happening and timelines about this remediation. Now, this is part of an IDB loan of some $100 million. So remediation is not just going to be 20, it's actually 100, but 20 is for Pinewood.
Mr. LaRota also making it clear that Pinewood is the first constituency to benefit from the wholesale movement of water out that area, but he says a more permanent solution is needed and the remediation project will address that.
I have a lot of faith in Mr. Clark and his team to lay out what the plans are. I encourage the members and residents of the Pinewood community to come out and ask questions, because we are going to be running ads starting today about the town hall meeting, and we encourage people to come out. They could ask questions. The professionals are there. I spoke with the minister. There's also some other things that we could do in the meantime as it relates to some new drilling in those areas for runoffs. But that would be supplemental to the main project.
Now, in terms of how motorists and other area wraps are handling the flooding, in this next report from our Danielle Dean, we hear from a tow truck driver.
Brooks of Mr. B's Towing worked tirelessly in the storm.
It wasn't easy. Working inside, heavy pounder, and it wasn't easy, but it was, I was able to help people and get them home safely, so that was most importantly.
And you might even assume that since the storm has already passed, the need for these tow truck drivers has too, but that couldn't be further from the truth.
We have areas like Frank Watson Boulevard where you had to pull a jitney out the water yesterday. Then we have other areas like Pinewood that's going to be flooded probably for the next 2-3 days once the rain doesn't come back, you know. And then we have areas like Vinton and Yamacrow.
Propal Tract resident Jan Major describes the scene there, many hours post-storm.
The entire street is just not passable. It could damage your vehicle, so be careful.
Though his financial gain is on the opposite side of this piece of advice, Brooks still left this message.
I've been advising for the last few days, if you don't have the ride to certain areas, please avoid them. Once the water get up into your system, people find themselves with a dead battery. It's all because you ride through the water get up in your alternator, the battery runs dead. That's it. You know, once you ride through deep water, you know, you block off your exhaust system, the car stalls out. There's nothing you can do.
In the meantime, areas like Pinewood, Saunders Beach, and Nassau Village are being drained to provide an improved flow of traffic and overall safety for motorists. Reporting for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Danielle Dean.
Well, coming up, a big announcement regarding the upcoming Junkanoo parades. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. That story and more in a moment.
There are some things that are undeniably Bahamian. A good conch salad, Junkanoo, the way we worship, the way we take care of one another, all undeniably Bahamian. And right in the midst of our iconic things, places, and people is Commonwealth Bank. Increasing access, sponsoring dreams, working alongside Bahamians to increase the quality of their lives for more than 60 years. Commonwealth Bank, nothing more than being Bahamian. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Fill up box for only $30.
The new KFC Fill-Up Box, serving 6 juicy pieces of chicken, 4 buttery biscuits, crispy fries to share, and 12 premium original recipe KFC nuggets, all packed into one crave-worthy box. So dig in and do whatever the crunch you want with the KFC Fill-Up Box. Only at KFC, it's finger-licking good.
Hello, bonjour, hola, hello, ciao.
No matter where your passport takes you, BTC roaming keeps you effortlessly connected. Enjoy seamless calls, lightning-fast data, and affordable roaming across the globe. No SIM swaps, no stress. Just one network, working everywhere. So go ahead, explore the world, and still be just a call away from home.
Find your future with certificate courses from the University of the West Indies. Fast and affordable, our courses give you the skills to get hired, promoted, and ahead of the game. Choose project management, supervisory management, law for human resources, business and commercial law, and even technical skills like Canva design, web design, and computer repair and networking. Register now at global.uwi.edu/Bahamas or WhatsApp 456-6687. The University of the West Indies, Global Campus, the Bahamas.
Blessings gonna find me here. Times may be tough, but Wendy's got you covered. Grab a day single or chicken sandwich with a junior fries and 16-ounce beverage for just $6.95. Why choose less from the other guys when you can get more? At Wendy's, we're providing bigger bites and better deals. So purchase your Ting's Tough Value Meal today. Now available at all locations excluding the airport and food truck.
Are you or a loved one under medical care? Do you need affordable medical supplies? Ports International is the largest home healthcare supplier. Medical supplies at the very best price. And you can even shop online. From hospital beds to wound care, wheelchairs to walkers, Ports is a one-stop shop for your medical supplies, and we accept insurance. We have online shopping and 2 locations to serve you, at the Airport Industrial Park and Shirley Street. We also ship to the Family Islands. Shop online and visit us on Facebook. Call Ports at 377-1771.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Edinburgh Napier University, hosting a special recruitment event at the British Colonial Hotel on October 14th. Now recruiting for the January 2026 semester.
You're looking at a shot there of Saunders Beach off West Bay Street, where a Ministry of Works team is using a water pump to aid in alleviating flooding here in the capital. That shot courtesy of drone pilot Neville Smith. Sports this evening, a litany of charges today slapped on a 28-year-old man. Dion Ferguson, a resident of Asphalt Street, Flamingo Gardens, was formally arraigned in relation to the recent double homicide in Camp Road. Prosecutor ASP Lincoln McKenzie alleges that on Tuesday, September 23rd, Ferguson, concerned with others, did intentionally and unlawfully cause the death of Eric Bain, a.k.a. Beanie, and Demetrius Cooper. The man was shot to death in the White's Addition area of Camp Road. Ferguson is also charged with the attempted murder of Bertram Roll during that same incident. 2 days later, on September 25th, ASP McKenzie alleges that police arrested Ferguson after he was found with a high-powered weapon and ammunition. Ferguson also arraigned on the charge of arson from an incident stemming from earlier this year. Ferguson has been remanded to the Bahamas Department of Corrections. Well, crossing over to politics, Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis welcoming the possibility of more competition from a revamped Democratic National Alliance. When asked his opinion after a photo of former Prime Minister the Honorable Dr. Hubert Minnis and former DNA leader Branville McCartney surfaced on social media, along with a caption that the fledgling party is set to make a comeback with Minnis at the helm and McCartney as its deputy leader.
What I can say about that is that I'm encouraged that our democracy is alive and well, that we have the country in such a good position now that everyone wants to be where I am. So I'm happy to see that. What their chances are, we can see. For him, people will speak to that.
Well, we could also tell you tonight that when contacted, McCartney kept his response to simply fake news.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Folk Call Smart Pass, the smart way to pay at the pump.
Hello, bonjour, hola, hello, ciao.
No matter where your passport takes you, BTC roaming keeps you effortlessly connected. Enjoy seamless calls, lightning-fast data, and affordable roaming across the globe. No SIM swaps, no stress. Just one network, working everywhere. So go ahead, explore the world, and still be just a call away from home.
With My Freedom 15, I always get the latest. That's a call.
With My Freedom 15, I never miss the Facebook drama.
With My Freedom 15, I can call my friends on the Alive network at any time. Girl, you calling me again? Yes, and I have 100 free minutes to call the US and Canada, so you know.
Sting Junkanoo Group is celebrating 25 years of music
and you're invited to the greatest show ever. Counting down the years, performing hit song after hit song. Stevie S, Colin McDonald, KB, Dyson Knight and D-Mark. Saturday, November 1st at the Farm Marshall Road, 8 p.m. until. Tickets can be purchased online at www.bahamasettickets.com for your skybox or to be a food vendor. Call 424-6433, 477-0191. Sponsored by ZNS, Island Luck TV, The Farm, Gatorade Today & Co. Limited, Chris Minute and Associates.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station, open the app, scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
Join the Honorable Miles LaRota MP and the community of Pinewood Gardens for a special town hall meeting with the Ministry of Works and Family Island Affairs in partnership with the Interdevelopment Bank. The focus, climate resilient transport infrastructure for the Bahamas, in particular Pinewood. This Friday evening at 6 p.m. at the Cleveland Eneas Primary School, Buttonwood Avenue in Pinewood Gardens. Calling all residents of Pinewood, come out and hear the plan to address the long-standing issue of flooding permanently. It's no longer time to talk, but now time to take action.
Diet-friendly special.
Portion of the news is brought to you by 700 Wines and Spirits, bringing celebration across the nation.
Well, BTC and breast cancer awareness, the perfect pair as the telecommunications giant does its part to inform, protect, and serve women with or curious about the disease. Daniel Dean has the story.
Some walked in dragging their feet to pay phone bills, but left with some pep in their steps, feeling empowered and rejuvenated. Well, you might be asking, what's the connection? BTC equips women with the necessary tools to either manage breast cancer or take the typically nerve-wracking step of getting a mammogram. The initiative dubbed Think Pink with BTC.
You cannot be a good corporate citizen without being able to do things for your customers. And for us, we always want to ensure that in the communities in which we operate, we're constantly doing something that is relevant to our customers. So this Breast Cancer Awareness Month, we wanted to ensure that our customers have an opportunity to come out, network, talk to the professionals, and get information.
Former and first president of the Sister Breast Cancer Support Group, Yvette Rosetta Williams, insists to know and take action is better than to not know and remain willingly ignorant.
When I was first diagnosed, I needed to know. There are so many things I needed to know. I was the only one in my family and the first in my family. And so I was curious as to why me, how come? But sad to say, I learned that a greater portion of what I experienced was due to emotional stress and distress. Stress in today's world is so high.
In recent years, concern has grown around breast cancer diagnoses in younger women. But radiology technologist at Doctors Hospital, Monisha Rolls, shares this rule of thumb.
You want to make sure that if you find out that anyone in the family, if your mother, sister, aunt, depending on the age that they were diagnosed, you want to now cut that in half in order for you to be tested and just get your screening done, mainly because you now want to start at an earlier age because the cancer rate is increasing. And we also find that even with our Family Island patients, that the cancer rate is actually increasing more because of the lack of self-exams, the lack of facilities, and just the lack of education overall. So we want to continue to get persons to be tested as early as possible.
While Family Islanders, along with those in New Providence that missed this opportunity, will also have a chance to get information and mammograms. On the 2nd of October, the BTC team will be at the retail store in Marsh Harbor, Abaco, and on the 10th at the Southwest Plaza in New Providence. Reporting for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Danielle Dean.
Well, some good advice there, Danielle. Well, Royston and Marlena, we're lighting it up pink over here for a worthy cause. We're hoping you can join us, but I'm sure we're going to hear more about breast cancer all month long, and you're going to join us in on that. But for now, what's the sneak peek for tonight?
We absolutely will. We have a very special guest. Where we're still a few years out, we're looking towards the 2028 Summer Olympics, and our guest will be talking all things preparation.
Amazing. And if you were out on the streets this week, kind of like holding your driving wheel, like holding your breath, trying to make it through those floodwaters, we have a Let's Talk Social segment that you don't want to miss.
Absolutely.
Holding your breath and saying a prayer. Stay with us, the Bahamas Tonight. The National Report continues after this.
As we continue to develop the orange economy of the Bahamas and empower our artists and artisans, we as a government intend to show tangible support. We are therefore requesting our Bahamian artists and artisans to submit images of their handmade, authentically made Bahamian products and prices as we move to produce a live digital booklet with Bahamian-made works. With the creation of a live booklet, artisans can always submit new works to be included. It is our intent to use this book as a catalog for the purchase of items by all senior government officials for gifts, display items, and the like. Ministers, permanent secretaries, members of parliament, and ambassadors will be supporting our orange economy by the purchase of items and in sharing this book to the wider global creative community. We are committed to grow and expand the orange economy of the Bahamas.
A digital wave is making its mark across the Bahamas. From Grand Bahama to Anagua, Bahamians are embracing smarter ways to pay. The Pay Fast, Live Digital campaign, launched by the Central Bank of the Bahamas and the Clearing Banks Association, is bringing safe, fast, and convenient payment solutions to every island, from online banking to mobile wallets.
We had an incredible turnout, so it gave us an opportunity to have a conversation that they can also be a part of and appreciate.
Remember, the people over 60 and around 60, the fear that you talk about, we understand, and we have persons to be able to assist with that.
I learned that digital banking is going to be one of the biggest ways that us as Bahamian kids will benefit in the future.
It has to start somewhere, and this is a good start.
We're empowering communities, one town hall at a time, for families, for businesses, for you. Let's live digital.
Like, what you grabbing all these pizzas, play?
Wait, Marcos, wait. You have a special on all the large 1 topping pizzas, wait.
Pineapple.
All.
Barbecue.
All. Hey, VAT included, but
I need the $10 special place.
How many of them would you like?
20 in it. Thank you so much, man. $10, that's it. The Marcos got that deal, boy.
Well, twin hurricanes Humberto and Imelda have waved goodbye to the Bahamas, but the real question is, with 2 months left, how long will we remain in the safe zone? And I'm hoping our chief meteorologist, Basil Dean, can help us out with that. Basil?
Thank you, Makishla. It's time now for your first look at the tropics, and is brought to you by the Disaster Risk Management Authority. And in the tropics, we continue to monitor Hurricane Imelda, which left behind a trail of flooding throughout the islands, and we still have a trophy now. That system right across the northwestern parts of the country will support 1 or 2 showers and thunderstorms again tonight. And then there's a second band of showers over the southeast Bahamas. Also will keep some showers into the area as well. But we are keeping our eyes on the far eastern Atlantic, well to the east of the Los Angeles. There's this area of disorganized showers and thunderstorms, which we anticipate has a medium chance of development over the next 7 days. So we will keep you posted of the development of this system. And elsewhere throughout the tropics, we don't anticipate any development over the next 7 days. Makisha.
Well, thanks, Basil. You can expect to hear more from Basil in Access Now, and again at our newscast at 11. That does it for the National Report, but stay close. The Bahamas Tonight continues with Access Now.
Tourism today, Bahamas tourism.
At the 9th Caribbean Infrastructure Forum in Miami, Florida, Director General of the Ministry of Tourism, Investments and Aviation, Latia Duncombe, shared how the islands of the Bahamas took center stage.
So it's certainly a privilege and a pleasure to have participated in the 9th Annual Caribbean Infrastructure Forum. And what I enjoyed about the forum was that they decided to spotlight the Bahamas, the only destination with a panel by itself to share and showcase some of the best practices we've done. We're a leading tourism destination, and we've highlighted what we're doing from a tourism perspective, from infrastructure to connectivity, airlift, all of the amazing projects that we have going on, how we've integrated the soft infrastructural perspective. So we honed in, we looked at all of the 16 island destinations, the uniqueness of each of them, the airport infrastructure project initiatives, the cruise initiatives, and what the properties are doing, the hotel properties, from a sustainability perspective. So the presentation today was all inclusive, with the partners in the room, and we are certain that they will visit the destination and invest in the destination as well.
President and Chief Executive Officer of the Nassau Airport Development Company, Vernice Joaquin, shared more details about the event.
We were invited to participate because there's a lot of interest amongst Caribbean countries in particular in terms of redeveloping their own airports or building new airports and that sort of thing. There's a lot of focus on sustainable initiatives. There's a lot of focus on how to build more cost effectively, how to structure the financing for private partners to participate.
For more tourism updates, visit Tourism Today or Bahamas.com. I'm Michael Miller, and this is Tourism Today.
Join the Honorable Miles LaRota MP and the community of Pinewood Gardens for a special town hall meeting with the Ministry of Works and Family Island Affairs in partnership with the Interdevelopment Bank. The focus, climate resilient transport infrastructure for the Bahamas, in particular Pinewood. This Friday evening at 6 p.m. at the Cleveland Eneas Primary School, Buttonwood Avenue in Pinewood Gardens. Calling all residents of Pinewood, come out and hear the plan to address the long-standing issue of flooding permanently. It's no longer time to talk, but now time to take action.
Check it to catch it. It's October, the month of breast cancer awareness, and Island Luck's free mammogram initiative. Details are in queue.
And after all these years, they're still in pink. Bahari donates to the Sister breast cancer support group, so stay close for that.
Plus, BTC says think pink as it kicks off its breast cancer initiative.
And coming up in sports, Team Bahamas picks up its first win at the WSBC Pan Am qualifiers.
The Bahamas Tonight Access Now starts now.
Napoleon Hill said it best, don't wait, the time will never be just right. Good evening, I'm Royson Jones.
And I'm Marlena Leonard. Welcome to the Bahamas Tonight Access Now.
You know, although we're not in pink tonight, of course, due to the passing of the late Cabinet Minister, the Honorable Vaughn Miller, our hearts, of course, are still with survivors of breast cancer.
And pink is worn in October as the world recognizes Breast Cancer Awareness Month, a global campaign which started in the 1980s to promote early detection and to support those affected by the disease. The color pink is used because it's the symbolic color and represents the pink ribbon that participants received during the Susan G. Komen Race for the Cure back in 1991.
Absolutely. Wearing pink helps raise funds for research. It celebrates survivors and encourages early screening, which has contributed to a significant drop in the cancer death rate. So think pink while we dive right into the news. As we said, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, a time to create awareness, honor the millions of lives affected by breast cancer, and reaffirm our global commitment to equitable access to care and improved survival for all. This year's theme is Every Story is Unique, Every Journey Matters. Every breast cancer diagnosis is personal. Behind every diagnosis is a story of courage, resilience, and hope. This theme reminds us that breast cancer touches the lives of women and their families around the world differently, and that every journey deserves compassion, dignity, and support. This year's theme recognizes the diversity of experiences and reinforces the need for compassionate, timely, and quality care for all, regardless of geography, income, or background. Breast cancer is the most commonly diagnosed cancer among women worldwide. Marlena?
Thanks, Royston. Well, fashion meets compassion this week as Bahari steps beyond the runway to walk hand in hand with Sister Sister Cancer Support Group, presenting life-changing donations to 4 brave women standing tall in their fight against cancer. Our West Calix Forbes has this report.
The heartfelt presentation held at the Bahari Store Southwest Plaza brought together brand representatives, supporters, and survivors.
This is something that we do every year, make a donation of $2,000 to 4 individuals. And so these individuals will be able to use it to assist with their medical expenses or any of the needs, surgeries, can contribute towards anything that they need, as it relates to healing.
While the selection process isn't restrictive, the Sister Sister president explains that each recipient is carefully chosen.
Someone who is financially not secure, who's going through that journey, who needs that assistance with regards to helping them fight, helping them get the medication, to get the chemotherapy, the radiation.
From tears of gratitude to smiles of hope, the afternoon was filled with emotion.
I feel truly blessed, grateful, because for me, it's a God thing. It wasn't something that was expected, but when he says he prepared a table for us and he have destiny help us out there for us, this is what it looks like.
It's an amazing gift. It helps with the medical bill, so that for one is a big blessing to me.
It is surreal. It's a lift, a weight off my shoulders, because with that you have to bills and what's not, so it's a relief.
While the donations provided financial relief, the greatest takeaway was something far more priceless: the reassurance that no one has to fight cancer alone. For the Bahamas Tonight, Access Now, I'm Wes Calix Forbes.
BTC is thinking pink and turning awareness into action. A great start to Breast Cancer Awareness Month. The company launched its Think Pink initiative at the Mullet Marathon, handing out more than 200 mammogram vouchers. Customers walked away with wellness goodies, smoothies, and even heard an empowering story from a survivor. The campaign has already reached Abaco, and the next stop is the Southwest Plaza on October 10th, partnering with groups like Sister Sister and Doctors Hospital. BTC says breast health isn't just for October, it's a year-round mission. And with valid vouchers for a full year, BTC is connecting Bahamians not just digitally, but to life-saving care. Still to come, the president of the B3As, Drumiko Archer, joins us live in studio. And after the break, so does our weatherman, Basil Dean. So stay close.
It's guaranteed you will save. Just shop the specials at Super Value or Quality Supermarkets. Cardinal evaporated milk, 13 ounces, $1.09. First Choice sugar, 4 pounds, $2.59. Kellogg's giant size cereals, assorted, 23 to 28 ounces, $6.39. Fresh limes, large, 3 for $1.19. Whole chickens, $1.99 per pound. Catch a break whenever you shop the specials at Super Value or Quality Supermarkets.
It's Bahamas' biggest night this November 1st. Join Alliance Promotions, YBE Promotions, Bahamas Ministry of Tourism, and Bahamas Air as they present the Fall in Love 90s R&B Concert Series at the National Stadium Ground, performing for the first time. Tyrese comes to Bahamas to deliver an unforgettable performance. Also performing R&B sensation Uncle Sam. Get ready for Deborah Cox. The Fall in Love 90s R&B Concert Series, Saturday, November 1st at the National Stadium Ground, Nassau. Tyrese, Uncle Sam, and Deborah Cox. Advance tickets are available now at all Cash and Go locations, or log on to cashandgobahamas.com. For info, call 242-427-8111 or call 242-357-0116. Be there.
Come and visit us at Shop Smart, 'cause everything is here.
Yes, we have it all for you. Toys, clothing, office supplies, appliances, custom cut blinds, bedding, drapes, and rugs. Come and visit us on Mackey Street, 2 blocks down from Wolf Road. Call us at 698-1052.
Shop Smart.
It is time for your Access weather forecast. In the tropics, we continue to monitor Hurricane Imelda, which has left behind a trail of flooding out throughout the islands, and we still have 2 feet of bands, one across the extreme northern Bahamas and another in the southeast Bahamas, and those will continue to support pockets of showers and thunderstorms tonight through tomorrow. And then there's another area in the far eastern Atlantic, midway between the northern Leeward Islands and the Azores Island, and that has a very low chance of development, has some disorganized showers and thunderstorms associated with it, but we'll keep our eyes on this area very closely over the next several days. And as we go to our live weather radar, you can see some of those showers offshore. That's associated with that feeder band that's across the northwest Bahamas and again in the southeast Bahamas as well. Now your boating forecast tonight in the northwestern islands tonight right through Thursday. Northeast to east winds 10 to 15 knots. The wave height just around 2 to 4 feet over there. Tide-wise now, it's going to be low at 10:19 tonight, another low tide at 10:15 tomorrow morning. And for the central and southeastern islands for Thursday, light to variable winds 1 to 3 foot seas, but we will continue to have those large swells affecting the islands of the Bahamas, so we're asking boaters to exercise extreme caution. And then we'll take you into Friday, the northwestern islands, the winds become easterly, the speeds picking up 12 to 18 knots, wave heights building 3 to 6 feet. Low tide 11:15 in the morning, high tide 5:32 in the afternoon. And for the central and southeastern islands on Friday, easterly winds as well, 10 to 15 knots, wave heights 2 to 4 feet. But again, advisories are in place for those large swells that will create some hazardous boating conditions. Now it's time now for your international temperatures, and they are brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
Me. Where you going? Well, hey, y'all, where you been, y'all? I've been looking for you, looking for you.
And that's going to do it for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But join me at 11 o'clock for a full weather update. Royston?
Thanks so much, Basil. The Bahamas Association of Athletic Associations is the governing body for the athletics in the Bahamas. Joining us tonight live in studio is its president, Jermico Archer. Welcome to Access Now.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Excellent to have you. Of course, with Paris now in our rear view and Los Angeles, the Summer Olympics of 2028, sort of on the horizon, how are you as a president, and how is the B3As taking track and field to the next level?
I think we're the hardest working federation on the island. But of course, I say that only as the punchline. We as a sporting movement, I think, is doing an amazing job of really trying to elevate the level of competition across all sporting discipline. But we must not only look at Paris, we should look 25 years ago. The year of inspiration, which was in 2000 when the Golden Girls won the Bahamas' first gold medal.
Absolutely.
And we celebrate that now. We also celebrate Pauline Davis winning the first individual gold medal in the year 2025. 25 years later, I think the track and field continues to grow. Paris was a stumbling block for us. I think it may have been the first year that we had not medaled, but of course we had a lot of mishaps. But I think that we have learned a lot over the past year, and we understand that not only do we win, but we sometimes have to go back and retool and rebuild. This push towards LA 2028, I think, will perhaps be the greatest fruit that we produce. It's been about maybe 13 years of developing really substantial athletes at the world-class level. And I'm looking forward to seeing a sprinting core returning, relays being dominant for the Bahamas, as well as individual events. And so with the support of both the Bahamas Olympic Committee as well as the Bahamas government, we've really put a lot of resources behind our athletes. The real challenge for us right now is really monitoring, regulating, and ensuring that we continue to provide the proper resources for our athletes.
Absolutely. I wanted to ask you about that. Athletes have a lot to do, full-time schedule, training, nutrition. How does the B3As continue to expand its sponsorship, expand the resources for athletes so they can thrive year-round?
Sponsorship has always been a major, major challenge for the organization. Unlike basketball, where you have a 10-man team, if you look at Carifta, for example, we take almost 70 athletes Imagine that times that on a plane.
Yes.
Again, just preparing for events such as those can be substantial.
Yes.
And funding has always been a challenge for track and field. Our success has also been our curse. But what we've thought to do is not only target some of the larger corporations, but also now looking at crowdfunding, where individually we can appeal to people like yourself to make smaller donations to our organization. And so by an e-banking platform, we're going to be rolling out a very different funding model that I think will be the way for the future of sport in this country.
That sounds incredible. Is there a timeline perhaps for that?
We're working with a financial institution as we speak.
Okay.
And we'll be rolling that out hopefully before the end of the year.
Perfect. Sprinting, of course, has put us on the map. And of course, you mentioned that we're celebrating 25 years of our Golden Girls. But you also mentioned expanding what we can expect from our athletes. Can we expect some amazing performances in other multi-events coming up?
Yeah, I think we just returned from Tokyo.
Yes.
And Tokyo told us a lot about where we are. We didn't have a relay team, but I think individually we had more individual athletes competing for the country than ever before in its history. What that says to me is that we'll see more people in the throws events moving forward, more people long jumping and triple jumping. We have a cadre of hurdlers. We also have throwers as well as a multidiscipline athlete. Kendrick Thompson, placed 8th in the decathlon. I think it was one of the best performances we've ever done. And if you consider the trajectory that he's on, I'm expecting him to medal in LA, among other Bahamians who will definitely be on the podium. So that's my prediction. I think that if we are very intentional about our plans for LA, I think we can produce yet another a men's 4x4 relay team, another women's 4x1 relay team at the very highest level. There is no reason why the Bahamas cannot regain its luster of 2012 when the Golden Knights won in London. I believe that we have the tools to do just that. Botswana showed a tremendous performance in Tokyo, beating the United States. I believe that we have the ability to beat a Botswana and the United States rival.
I think we have that ability too.
So it's really about being intentional and being very deliberate about how we use the resources that we have. I can name some of the best quarter milers potentially in the world, but the 400 meters is less sexy than the 100 meters.
Yeah.
And so many of our elite athletes, they opt to run 100 meters as opposed to 400 meters. But if I were a betting man, I would say that put all of them in the 400 meters and you'll see the result there.
Very interesting. I want to ask you one more question before we sign off. We have an incredible lot of talent in the Bahamas, but how do we go about finding the next Charlie Miller Yubo, the next Stephen Gardner, and are we looking to the Family Islands for some of this talent as well?
One of the legacies that we can talk about is our kids athletics program. We've had an aggressive push in trying to enroll more athletes to our program. I think it's perhaps the largest complement in our history. And if you find 100 athletes competing, you may find 5 really that has real potential to be world class. And so the goal for us is always to continue growing our program through coaching education, through providing as many competitions as possible, not only here in New Providence, but throughout the Family Islands. And that's really yielded a lot of success for us. I think that World Athletics has indicated that the Bahamas per capita has had the most aggressive kids athletics program, the most successful one. And we're proud of that tradition of really attracting persons to our sport.
Jermica Archer, thank you so much for joining us and all your insight. We certainly wish you all the best in athletics, and we hope you'll come back with some more celebratory news in the future.
Well, we only want to win.
Absolutely.
Go, go, go.
Absolutely. It's time now to check in with Total Sports to see what's on tap.
Team Bahamas picking up its first win at the WSBC Pan Am qualifiers. Details of that story and more coming up in sports.
A digital wave is making its mark across the Bahamas.
From Grand Bahama to Inagua, Bahamians are embracing smarter ways to pay. The Pay Fast, Live Digital campaign, launched by the Central Bank of the Bahamas and the Clearing Banks Association, is bringing safe, fast, and convenient payment solutions to every island, from online banking to mobile wallets.
We had an incredible turnout, so it gave us an opportunity to have a conversation that they can also be a part of and appreciate.
Remember, the people over 60 and around 60, the fear that you talk about, we understand, and we have persons to be able to assist with that.
I learned that digital banking is going to be one of the biggest ways that us as Bahamian kids will benefit in the future.
It has to start somewhere, and this is a good start.
We're empowering communities, one town hall at a time, for families, for businesses, for you. Let's live digital.
You don't need perfect timing or good luck to save. Just shop the specials at Super Value or Quality Supermarkets. Seabass tuna, 5 ounces, 85 cents. Country Barn mayonnaise, 30 ounces, $3.49. Boneless chicken breast, $2.79 per pound. Russet potatoes, 5 pounds, $3.99. Jakar vegetable oil, 40 ounces, $4.49. Catch a break whenever you shop the specials at Super Value or Quality Supermarkets.
In 1953, the United States began using a female name for storms. And by 1978, both male and female names were used to identify northern Pacific storms. This was then adopted in 1979 for storms in the Atlantic Basin. The National Hurricane Center does not control the naming of tropical storms. Instead, there is a strict procedure established by the World's Meteorological Organization for Atlantic hurricanes. There is a list of male and female names which are used on a 6-year rotation. The only time that there is a change is if the storm is so deadly or costly that the future use of its name on a different storm would be inappropriate. These are the names of the storms for the 2025 Atlantic hurricane season: Andrea, Barry, Chantal, Dexter, Erin, Fernand, Gabrielle, Umberto, Imelda, Jerry, Karen, Lorenzo, Melissa, Nestor, Olga, Pablo, Rebecca, Sebastian, Tanya, Van, Wendy. This public service announcement was brought to you by the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas in conjunction with the Disaster Risk Management Authority.
Welcome to your Wednesday Sports Check, everyone. I'm Amajal Knowles, topping sports. The Bahamas found itself in a do-or-die must-win situation after dropping the first 2 games of the U23 Pan American Championships over in Panama. Their backs against the walls, the 242 would deliver their best performance of the tournament. RJ Philippe gives us the full report and the showdown with Aruba.
In a must-win game, Team Bahamas took on Team Aruba. Both teams came into the game with an 0-2 record, but the Bats came alive in the 5th inning for Team Bahamas, winning this one against Team Aruba 7-3.
We changed up the lineup a little bit, bring some other guys and put some other guys back, and then we told everybody's on deck, and we're playing fundamentally. We're going to squeeze, we're going to bunt, we're going to hit and run, we're going to do whatever it takes to win this game. We are going to win this game.
I think the boys came out here, we talked a lot, and we recovered for this game, and the goal was just to execute. In the field, we executed well. There was a few errors we could have cleaned up on, but we'll work on those as we go into the rest of the games.
Chad McKenzie pitched 4 innings while Xavier Saint came in as a relief. Left fielder Kashawn Conliffe went 2 for 4 at the plate, while Ferron Charlton also had 2 hits on the night.
Today went really well because, in the past 2 days, the chemistry was a bit shaky, but we were able to get it through today. The bats were hot, You know, me pitching, I just had the good mindset. I told the Lord, give me one more each time I went out.
We came into the game knowing that we was going to do something special today because, you know, we started off slow the first 2 games. So we came in with the intent to win, and that's what we did.
Coming out the pen in relief, I just had a mindset of attack, go right at them. It's at the end of the day, it's 9 against 1, and I trust my teammates.
Now, Team Bahamas will look forward to a matchup against Cuba on Thursday to close out group play. Reporting from Panama City for ZNS Total Sports, I'm Jay Philippe.
Let's look at your sports on this Wednesday. I'm Amajal Knowles, signing out until tomorrow.
We're BAF Financial.
We're BAF General and Health Insurance.
Welcome to the beautiful Cayman Islands.
Come on in to Cash and Go.
Need technical support? We are BFG Services.
BAF Global. Global reach, local care.
The DRM Authority 2025 Official Hurricane Shelter List. Grand Bahama, Western District. Bethany Baptist Church, Hannah Hill. Church of God of Prophecy, Sea Grape. Central Zion Baptist Church, Pinedale. Church of God of Prophecy, Pinedale. Bethel Baptist Church, Pinedale. New Mount Olivet Baptist Church, Holmes's Rock. 8 Mile Rock Gymnasium, 8 Mile Rock. Grand Bahama Central District. Foster B. Pestina Hall, Christ the King Church, Special Needs Shelter, East Atlantic Drive. Church of the Ascension, West Beach Drive and Arden Forest Road. Central Church of God, Coral Road. First Baptist Church, Columbus Drive. Shiloh Seventh-day Adventist Church, Sandcombe Road. Evangeline Jervis, Hurricane Shelter, Anita Doherty Drive, Beachway Drive, and Gambia Drive. Revelation Apostolic International Church, Jobson Avenue. New Life Worship Center, Coral Road. Calvary Temple Assembly of God, Clive Avenue. Bishop Michael Eldon School Auditorium, Anita Doherty Drive. Church of God of Prophecy Community at Heart, reserved for Aftermath, Coral Road. Maurice Moore Primary School, Torcross Road, and Sandcombe Drive. First Holiness Church of God, reserved for Aftermath, Young Husband Avenue. Miracle Revival Fellowship, reserved for Aftermath, Eleuthera Drive, Hawksbill. Sir Jack Hayward Junior High School, Settlers Way. St. George's High School Gymnasium, Sunset Highway.
You're looking at a shot of the Prospect Ridge and JFK Drive area. That shot was mastered by our Kyson Miller. Good job, Mr. Miller. And now let's catch a flight down to my home of Grand Bahama for some breakfast. Let's go.
In Grand Bahama, it was all about purpose, power, and progress. At the Chamber of Commerce's Women of Worth breakfast series, Minister Ginger Moxie fired up the room with an inspiring message, reminding women they are not just part of the island's future, they are the heartbeat of its revival. She challenged them to shatter ceilings, claim their seats at the table, and lead with purpose, saying true revitalization isn't just about buildings and roads, but about people, especially women, with new businesses opening, construction projects rising, and grants fueling entrepreneurs. Moxie says Grand Bahama's next chapter is being written by women, and women are holding the pen. Marlena?
I hope that breakfast was good. Thanks, Royston. Well, Tropical Storm Imelda dumped floodwaters all over New Providence and some of our family islands. And one woman showed us attitude changes everything, choosing comedic relief moments after her BMW stalled out due to the flooding. Here's our Matea Cunningham to tell you all about it on Let's Talk Socials.
Let's Talk Socials. I'm Matea Cunningham, your host of the hottest social media segment, bringing you up to date on all things Bahamian social media. Tropical Storm Imelda may have passed through the Bahamas over the weekend, but the storm left behind more than just flooding and fallen trees. It also left behind some viral moments. One TikTok from the capital quickly caught attention after a woman's BMW stalled out in high water. Now, most people would be upset about their car breaking down, but not her. She laughed it off, posting a video where she joked that the W in BMW definitely doesn't stand for water. Check this out.
Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. And right now, you can save £50 per person. That's £200 off for a family of 4. We've got millions.
Her lighthearted take had viewers cracking up, with many saying that they needed a bit of comedic relief after a stormy weekend. Others chimed in with their own car jokes, turning the comment section into a mini comedy show. It just goes to show how Bahamians always find a way to keep their spirits up, even when the weather doesn't cooperate. Be honest, would you be able to laugh off a moment like this? Comment down below if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube. That's all for today's Let's Talk Socials. See you tomorrow.
Like, you know what, if you don't laugh, you'll cry.
I know.
You know, that, I would choose the laughter.
I don't know if I could handle that. And I saw the car being towed crookedly as well. She's got great spirit on her. Credit to her for being such a cool person. Just before we go on a bit of a sadder note, Jane Goodall, the British conservationist and primatologist renowned for her groundbreaking research on chimpanzees, has died at the age of 91. May she rest in peace. That's going to do it for the Access Now for tonight. Make sure to join us tomorrow when the folks from U Cap'n Apparel are live in the studio.
And stay tuned for the rundown with Clint Watson. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Join the Honorable Miles LaRota MP and the community of Pinewood Gardens for a special town hall meeting with the Ministry of Works and Family Island Affairs in partnership with the Interdevelopment Bank. The focus, climate resilient transport infrastructure for the Bahamas, in particular Pinewood. This Friday evening at 6 p.m. at the Cleveland Eneas Primary School, Buttonwood Avenue in Pinewood Gardens. Calling all residents of Pinewood, come out and hear the plan to address the long-standing issue of flooding permanently. It's no longer time to talk, but now time to take action.
Join us each Sunday at 5 p.m. and Tuesdays at 2:30 p.m. for Legends, the Untold Story, here on the ZNS Television Network.
The draw promo, take 1.
Blessings, this is the Ancient Man.
All right, the draw promo, take 2.
You prefer to give them McDonald's before you could give them peas and rice?
Man, Ancient Man, what you doing, man? Take 3.
If the booger man ever beg you, don't give him none. If he try to hold you and hide your great God, break off and run. If he say you look sweet and juicy, watch it. He just wants some, cause if the booger man ever bite you, meow. The drop. I don't mean drop nothing, it's the drop show. It's music, culture, art, entertainment.
Trust me, y'all ain't never want to miss this energy on The Drop.
So you could drop for the drop.
Yeah, little mama, bust the drop. Look out for the drop coming this fall.
Coming this fall.
She had brown hair. She didn't even have red hair.
The contract signed does not indicate anywhere that I am in charge of her hair color.
More courtroom drama.
She rented these 60 chair covers from me. The event was for my Grammy for her birthday.
Yes.
And my Grammy don't even know 65 people.
On Justice with Judge Carroll, Fridays at 8 p.m. Real cases, real judgment. Judge Carroll always gets it right.
We are here in the time of need. There's no discrimination. The mission is to relieve the suffering. We volunteer, we deliver care. With donors and partners, we're always here to turn compassion into action. Protecting life and health with our training throughout the years. We empower to heal the world. There is hope, assistance with disasters. There is shelter and love for our people. We can work together to help those in need. So volunteer with us and donate to show you care. There is hope, assistance with disasters. There is shelter and love for our people. We can work together to help those in need. So volunteer with us and donate to show you care. Together, let's build a more
This message brought to you by the Bahamas Red Cross Society in conjunction with the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas.
In a test of knowledge, creativity, and teamwork, 9 schools rise to the challenge. Mary Starr, Tabernacle, Jack Hayward, St. George's, Bishop Michael Eldon, 8 Mile Rock, St. Paul's, Grand Bahama Academy, and Sunland. The brightest young minds go head to head. Who will lead? Who will win? Who will make history in the Battle of the Brains? Powered by Grand Bahama Power.
Did you know that 1/3 of all traffic fatalities occur as a result of excessive speed? Excessive speed impedes a driver's point of perception, which affects braking distance. In the inner city, residential areas, and high pedestrian traffic areas, the speed limit ranges from 15 to 25 miles per hour. On the outskirts of the island, especially where a sign is not posted, the law dictates that the speed limit shall be 30 miles per hour. The maximum speed limit for the Commonwealth of the Bahamas is 45 miles per hour. Here are some safety tips for you. Avoid aggressive and distracted driving. Reduce excessive speed and drive at the appropriate speed to suit the current road conditions. Avoid operating a vehicle while impaired by alcohol or drugs. Be vigilant and always maintain good visibility of the road, and be mindful of other road users, such as pedestrians. Leave out in a timely manner to compensate for potential traffic delays. Even one life lost to traffic fatality is one life lost too many. On behalf of the Royal Bahamas Police Force Traffic Division, please slow down.
This public service announcement is brought to you by FG Insurance Agents and Brokers, the Royal Bahamas Police Force Traffic Division, and the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas.
What you see on this television station is governed by IRCA's Code of Practice for Content Regulation. The Code of Practice covers matters relating to program content that are of concern to the community, such as local content, news, current affairs, and programs for children, advertising, including political advertisements, and the responsibilities associated with broadcasting in the Bahamas. The code also covers aspects such as access services for the hearing and visually impaired, and the procedure for lodging a complaint about anything broadcasted by this television station. The code is available on IRCA's website at www.ircabahamas.bs. To receive a copy of the code by mail or in person, you may telephone IRCA at 242-393-0234. Family Island dialing is toll-free at 242-300-8722. Or you may send a request by email to info@ircabahamas.bs.
The Hidden Disabilities Sunflower is a globally recognized symbol for persons with invisible disabilities.
The sunflower lanyard made our journey less stressful, smoother, and more inclusive.
REACH is proud to support the Hidden Sunflower Scheme, which makes the invisible visible. So far, the Nassau Airport Authority and the Nassau Cruise Port are sunflower certified.
So if you see someone with a sunflower lanyard, always remember to be patient and ask if they need some help. Please be kind and always remember to show respect.
We wish to encourage more hotel operators with amenities such as water parks, restaurants, cinemas, government offices to join this initiative, making the Bahamas a more sunflower-friendly country.
Please feel free to reach out to the REACH office at 328-4123, or you can reach out to the National Commissions for Persons with Disabilities at 396-8700.
At Fort Montague, I'm Opal Roach. This is ZNS.
The Rundown is brought to you by Commonwealth Brewery Limited. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the show. It's great to have you with us for another night, and so glad to have you along for the ride. Well, there's more drama brewing tonight in the Junkanoo community. First, it was the backlash on the government's National Junkanoo Authority bill, and now reports have surfaced that for the upcoming holiday parades, Junkanoo groups prefer to be judged by the National Junkanoo Committee instead of the Junkanoo Corporation of New Providence. My, how things have changed. The JCNP held a press conference earlier this evening to share their side of the story. Colville Python joins me live tonight from the JCNP's office, Norfolk Street headquarters, with the latest details. Corville, my goodness, how things are changing rapidly. What's the latest?
Clint, I know that you know Junkanoo well, but for even you, this is moving at breakneck speed, so try your best to keep up. So this all began with a meeting that took place on the weekend where a poll was taken. The results from that poll, according to the Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, is that by a vote of 19-2, the groups voted that they would prefer the management of the parades being the Boxing Day Junkanoo Parade and the New Year's Day Junkanoo Parade, to be managed by the National Junkanoo Committee over the Junkanoo Corporation of New Providence. Well denied. The Junkanoo Corporation of New Providence holding a press conference, in fact, to say, well, we knew nothing about this meeting. They questioned the legitimacy of this poll, and a lot more to say other than that. Let's have join us tonight immediate past chairman of the JCNP, Mr. Silbert Ferguson, who is no stranger to us. How did we get here, Mr. Ferguson?
This all happened 2 years ago. Okay? A big row in the Valley Boys doesn't constitute a big row in Junkanoo.
So it's my understanding you are putting this squarely on that rift.
Oh, yeah. And the thing about it is that the government got involved. They should have stayed in their seat and not gotten involved. And that has now caused this to overflow. Okay, and it's causing a real issue.
You had a press conference earlier this evening. The chairman of the JCNP, Dion Miller, suggested there was some funny math going on the weekend. Break this all down for me. 19-2, 10 groups are still standing, pledging their allegiance to the JCNP as we witnessed here tonight. That leaves 12 others. Who are these groups?
Well, they only could have gotten 12 votes out of the room based on what we have here. Okay, and so we have here, they counted individuals at the meeting instead of groupings, okay? We had a meeting last night, and the vote here was 26-0 JCNP. Is the press going to report that? Okay, so we had a kangaroo meeting on Saturday morning, okay, that produced this number without inviting the major groups here from the JCNP.
And so the management of this parade has been under the purview of the JCNP for the last 21 years.
21 years. 21 years.
And the NJC currently manages the Family Island parades. Is that?
And Junior Junkanoo.
And Junior Junkanoo.
Yes.
And so is there a rift within these two entities? Because you all were one, right?
Look here, we were never one. Okay, and successive governments have made this error. Okay, from 2017. Okay, we allowed active Junkanoos to be responsible for the NJC. All active Junkanoos should have been in the JCNP. Okay, and all of the retired Junkanoos should have been accosted with that particular responsibility. But we have active Junkanoos who like to butt into the business of the JCNP, and that's where we get to this point.
We got to run here, Mr. Ferguson, but I'll ask you the same question that I asked the chairman during the press conference. With this late in the game, we're less than 90 days away from the upcoming parades. Is reconciliation still a possibility here?
It's always a possibility, okay? But, the JCNP is not going to lay down and play dead, okay? The government was wrong in this and the way they approach this, okay? And so if we are going to get to the table, the chairman will be the one to decide that. If not, the JCNP groups are prepared to roll on their own.
I'm tempted to ask you if you have anything to say to the minister, but we're live on television, so we'll leave that out. Silbert Ferguson, thank you very much.
It's always a pleasure. Thank you.
So there you have it, Glenn. This is, of course, far from over. The JCNP, along with the members that support this organization, very vocal tonight. They are upset, and I suppose that we will be hearing much more on the situation coming up. Back to you, Clint.
Thanks a lot, Corville. And you can't make this stuff up. I mean, every time you think the Junkanoo situation the saga is over, there's a new chapter. And I'm laughing because it never ends. It goes from one issue to the next, to the next, to the next. And all the Bahamian people want is a good parade. And it seems as though getting to a good parade, I just can't believe we are here again with another issue as to who's going to run the parade and the votes not being legit compared to what they're being legit, compared to there not being one, compared to them being two, compared to the issues is a fault of the Valley Boys, and sometimes the issue is a fault of the JCNP, sometimes it's a fault of the National Junkanoo Corporation. It's too much to keep up with. I don't know. But again, like we always say at the end of these stories, we'll wait to see how it all unfolds. On to another saga that seems to be strange. Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis welcoming the possibility of more competition from a revamped Democratic National Alliance. You heard me. The DNA says they're back. When asked his opinion after a photo of former Prime Minister the Honorable Dr. Hubert Minnis and former DNA leader Bramble McCartney surfaced on social media, along with a caption that the fledgling party is set to make a comeback with Minnis at the helm and McCartney as its deputy leader. Here's what the Prime Minister said.
What I can say about that, but I'm encouraged that our democracy is alive and well, that we have the country in such a good position now that everyone wants to be where I am. So I'm happy to see that. What their chances are, we can see. Bahamian people will speak to that.
Now, we contacted former Democratic National Alliance leader Bramble McCartney earlier this afternoon. He kept his response to simply fake news. But you know what they say, where there's smoke, there is fire. We'll wait and see. This thing is getting really interesting. And if the DNA comes back, well, they'll squeeze himself into the space of 4 that we already have, and there'll be a 5th. And we'll see who makes up the candidates list of the DNA. When they were organized, they couldn't field a full list of candidates. So imagine jumping in the race now, what is going to happen, and what is their real motive? Are they really trying to win the government, or are they trying to just be a spoiler and send a message? Well, we'll see. Based on who's involved, we will see. And of course, you know, we will have that discussion at this desk in short order. Well, tonight's show is all about giving thanks, right? We've got about 2 months until the annual Thanksgiving holiday, and Bahama's Striping Group of companies has pinned its annual Thanksgiving Let's Make a Difference drive on the social calendar. The initiative involves corporate Bahamas joining forces to feed the less fortunate in our community. Representatives from several of the program's partners, they're on the show tonight because we're a partner as well. And so we want to make sure we start early telling you about it and how you can be a part of really a big initiative that shows heart in our country at a time when we wonder whether there is heart in our country. And they're going to explain why they chose to participate in this venture. We're going to talk a little bit about it because we need some heart in our country, right? So let's get some heart. So we're going to start that discussion right after the break. You're watching The Rundown here on the ZNS Network. We're back after this. Stay close.
Got termites and need to get rid of them fast, trust Rent-A-Kill Initial. With over 60 years experience in the Bahamas, the global brand, training, and expertise can't be beat. Only Rent-A-Kill Initial gives you a 3-year warranty and payment plan options on termite fumigation. No one can match the range of treatments we offer, such as fumigation, pre-construction treatments, termite monitoring, and more. No matter where you are in the Bahamas, we will come to you. When it comes to complete termite eradication, there's only one name, Rent-A-Kill Initial.
Yo, it's Iman, the one and only, and I want y'all to tune into Entertainment Fridays on Access Now every Friday at 7:30 p.m. Who knows? Your favorite Bahamian artist might end up showing their face. But you gotta watch to find out.
Crystal clear waters, endless pink sand beaches, and the heartbeat of Bahamian culture. This October, all eyes will turn to beautiful Harbor Island as the sail rise for the North Eleuthera Regatta. And when it comes to covering the excitement, no other station captures it better than ZNS.
The North Eleuthera Regatta, yes, it's back after some years.
Make plans to be there October 8th through the 13th. The North Eleuthero Regatta under the theme, Regatta, the Return, Then and Now.
After 30 years of banking, I've decided to take a leap of faith. I moved from banking into an untapped industry, which is manufacturing in the Bahamas. And now we are standing on 3 acres of land on which we're going to be putting the Bahamas' first end-to-end plastic recycling company, Eden Recycling and Manufacturing Company Limited. Eden has 2 arms, recycling and manufacturing.
This is groundbreaking for us. If it's never been done before, it really makes a difference, not only in the Bahamas, but even around the world. This is not just a project that we're doing so that we can make a couple of dollars. We want to make sure that it benefits those who come after us. In future generations, we hope that this is a small vision, that they will take it and they'll expand on it. We can have the formula for what it means to do end-to-end recycling in the Bahamas, in the region, and even if we have to export these ideas and thoughts and concepts even into the US.
Welcome back to the show. Special good night to all of you who are watching us. Those of you in the Lion's Den, I see you. Always good to have you. Those of you who are watching on YouTube, from around the country and Flow TV, cable TV around the country and family of islands. And those of you watching Turks and Caicos Islands, and then of course the Caribbean. And of course, you know, we have those of you who are watching internationally. It is always a pleasure to have you joining us here on The Rundown. As we mentioned at the top of the show, the Bahama Striping Group of Companies' annual Let's Make a Difference Thanksgiving project is a charitable food drive aimed at feeding thousands, literally thousands, of Bahamians in need. We understand that the goal is to feed 30,000 people in 2025. Wow, 30,000, I didn't realize that. And the company relies on support from corporate partners to fund and expand the project, which aims really to provide nourishment and comfort during the holiday season. Now we begin tonight with Bahama Striping Group of Companies General Manager Melanie Roach and Executive Assistant Juliet Gerfrod. I was going to call her something else, but she's married now, who will really share the purpose of this program and its impact on society. Ladies, welcome. It's good to have you on the show. Welcome back.
Thank you. Good to be here.
All right, so let's talk about this, because I get excited whenever I think about the fact of the work, first of all, that goes into pulling this off. I'm sure you're still recovering from last year, but you're back at it again. Let's talk about the initiative. Pretty much, what are the islands? Who are the islands currently where we have volunteers and participants for the program this year? Let's start with you, Juliet.
We have the bulk of our numbers is in New Providence. Mm-hmm. We have Abaco, Andros, Exuma, Eleuthera. We have Ragged Island, Cat Island.
Oh, wow.
Just to name a few.
Are there islands you need more volunteers on?
Yes, the islands that we still need volunteers are Mayaguana, Long Island. We're looking for volunteers in Inagua and Exuma.
Wow, so people you're watching in those islands, you need to contact Bahama Striping because you got to be a part of this initiative. It's that good. It is that important. That's very important for you. You got to be a part of it. So tell us, where are you right now in achieving this goal? 30,000, is that for real?
Yes, 30,000.
You bumped it up. You bumped it up. 5,000.
30,000. Okay. We are pretty close to reaching our target.
Mm-hmm.
We are currently at 22,000, a little over 22,000. So we need 8,000 more. So if we can get persons from those islands, mm-hmm. and that should take us at our mark and beyond.
Melanie Roach, let's talk about it, because why this feeding program? This is something that's become now a dear staple in what Bahama Striping leads, and there are so many other corporate partners involved in it. Why this program?
Well, the goal of our company is always to give back. Mm-hmm. We started in Exuma, and we really like to look at the islands where we're working to make sure that we give back to the communities mm-hmm. where we're working. You know, we've inconvenienced them at times and things like that. Yeah. So we started in Exuma, and we had such a wonderful response in Exuma. Our executive chairman decided to expand it, and it was expanded, I think, to New Providence, and then that was successful, mm-hmm. and then it exploded. Now it is nationwide because the need is there. Mm-hmm.
everywhere that you go, the need is there. And we know that it's only one day of the year, but we think that just wrapping it around the whole theme of Thanksgiving, it really gives persons the opportunity to stop and to really consider the blessings that they have and to be thankful, and then to turn and share it with those who may not have a meal on Thanksgiving Day. So that's really the backbone of it, is to spread it out, to spread love, spread cheer, spread Thanksgiving, spread joy.
I was about to ask you, because people say, well, it's one day, and it's so much planning that goes into this one day. Is it making an impact? What do you say?
Yes, it is. I think, in particularly in the schools, this is where we see the impact. Not only for the children receiving the food, where we really see the impact in the young adults who are assisting with the preparation and the distribution of the food. I think that if we start them at an early age, trying to instill that sense of responsibility to the community, they will carry that with them into their adult life, and it will spread, it will grow, and then they will in turn pass it on to their children.
I'm glad you mentioned that aspect of it, because I know for us at the Broadcasting Corporation of Bahamas, our partnership, what strikes me so much as vital and important is what I see it does for the employees that are participating here, right? And yes, it's serving meals. Yes, it's helping others who are in need. But what it does for the people who are involved in being a part of the hands being extended is revolutionary. Because people say, oh yeah, all we do is volunteer at time. Yeah, but when you recognize that you're taking up that food and you're serving a kid or you're serving somebody who's in need, and you're saying, listen, this is just a part of our duty as humanity to help you, if only for one day, it does something to humanity. And I've seen what it does to the staff here when they go out and serve. You watch their faces light up, even if they figure, let's just do this. By the time they get into it, and you see the camaraderie as the food chains that you make when you're passing the plates around and filling it with an item, and then you see the smiles on their faces when you take those crates and you stack with food, and you go to the classrooms and you're distributing it, and you're talking to the kids, and you're finding out, how was your day, what's going on in your life. It's priceless. And it's one of those volunteering acts that while you think you're helping somebody, you end up helping yourself almost as much or even more than helping somebody else. And that's why we continuously every year, the Broadcasting Corporation, do this, because we want to not just be seen as a nation's network, but the nation's network whose hand is always extended to help people. You hit the nail on the head with this theme, and that's why we've come on board. And I'm assuming that's why so many other corporate community companies have come on board, because of what it stands for.
I think you realize the importance of it to persons when the same persons year after year still come back.
Yeah.
And you know that the challenges that they faced the previous year and the difficulties, but still, at the end of the day, they saw something worthwhile in it, and they are more than willing to volunteer again. And the same thing with the donors. We have a standard cadre of donors who every year they contribute. Sometimes not as much, but sometimes more.
Right.
It depends on what their business is doing at the time. But what in 2024, what was I think we found special was that the individuals in the community were coming to our office and dropping off bags of rice.
People were personally getting involved.
Yes, and that's what we want to encourage. We want to encourage the individuals. Yes, we can get corporate sponsors, but I think to get the whole sense of community, we want to get the individuals involved. So yes, you can donate. You may not be able to donate 10 turkeys.
Right.
You may be able to only donate one. You may only be able to donate a 5-pound bag of rice.
Right.
But what you realize is what we know is that 5-pound bag of rice feeds 30 people. Okay?
Feeding on 5 pounds.
Exactly. So every 5-pound bag of rice feeds 30 people.
Wow.
So that's what we would like to encourage. You don't have to be a big corporate sponsor. You don't even have to be a medium-sized company.
Little becomes much.
Exactly. When we all put it together, pull it together, and then share it.
Julie, I've got to ask because, you know, I watch you guys work so hard, just coordinating and organizing. That's probably why it runs so smoothly. Does it get easier every year?
It gets a little bit easier. Mind you, the numbers have increased, but because it's an annual thing,
right.
Preparation starts a bit earlier, and during the planning process, you would realize, okay, there were kinks here, there were kinks there, so you kind of improve,
right,
and just continue.
So it gets better.
It gets better. It gets better. The nerves settle down, and what I like about the program as well, you have persons who, at the end of the current program, persons call and they say, next year, I want to be a part of it.
Wow.
And that's what we've been getting as well. But that doesn't stop the fact that we still could use more sponsors.
No, tell them that, because before we end this segment, I want you to tell them how they can get in touch with you, what is it you need, because this is a good time. So you notice we ain't doing this in November. We're doing this in October, so there's sufficient time, and you have sufficient time to become a part and to get on board. So tell them what you need.
Well, the menu is standard. It's it's ham, turkey. We're getting peas and rice. Everything that you could think of to prepare a meal from this menu, we need. We need the covered plates. We need the cutlery. It doesn't matter how small or how big. You can drop it off to the office if you want to, as Melanie mentioned. You can give me a call at the office, 394-7777, or you can send me an email. That's jjosie@bahamastriping.com.
Listen, this is time to get involved and get in on it. And ladies, I'm looking forward to a great year. It's going to be exciting.
Cash is also good.
There you go. Say it again.
Cash is also good.
So if you don't want a headache of trying to figure out anything, just send the money.
Exactly.
And they'll take care of it from there. Thank you, ladies, for being a part. We're looking forward to a great year, aren't we?
Thank you.
And I think it's going to be great. We're going to talk to some more of the partners coming up after this break. So stay close. You're going to hear and see some of the people who are involved, why they're involved, and what their part will be. We're back after this. Stay close.
There's a spark of greatness in each of us. That spark is called personality. Individual gifts and talents provide the fuel to set that spark ablaze. Each child has the right to an education which values their personality and nurtures their talents, while teaching them to be respectful to their parents and their cultures.
What's trending in business? Who's making major money moves? And how's it shaping your future? This is Economics, your front row seat to the biggest stories in business, innovation, and finance. Powered by the Sand Dollar, the digital currency of the Central Bank of the Bahamas. It's fast, secure, Bahamian. We're breaking down the numbers, the news, and what it means to you. Tune in every Thursday at 6 p.m. for the trends, the insights, and the stories that matter. Get informed, get inspired, get in the mix with Economics.
Welcome back. As you heard, the Let's Make a Difference program comprises meals and food packages distributed through key centers and partner organizations to reach families nationwide. The Bahama Striping Group of Companies collaborates with various organizations for food preparation and distribution. Officials from a few of those organizations are here with me tonight to talk about their involvement. We welcome Cleveland Eneas Primary School Principal Avanel Smith and D.W. Davis Jr. High School Principal Latoya Burrows. Glad to have you ladies on the show. I know these names probably wrong, aren't they? Because y'all look at me, I can feel them looking at me like, who these people is?
That is correct.
Listen, sometimes we get it wrong here. It's some other people. I'll tell them your last name.
Newball Smith. Smith.
Okay, so what I said?
That's correct.
That's Smith. I got you right then.
Yeah, that's correct.
But I guess you ain't. Tell them who you are.
Deborah Thompson,
You're from
principal of L.W. Young.
Oh, that's far off. No problem. Listen, sometimes you just gotta get over it. Thank you, Principal, for being here. Y'all just opened up today too, because y'all were closed yesterday as well as Cleveland Indians. How is the school doing, first of all?
The school is great. The school is great. We had some minor flooding, some minor damage, but we are back in the swing of things.
I love your cancer hair.
Oh, thank you.
So I should put it as a cancer hair. I love your color for Breast Cancer Month.
Thank
the pink.
you.
Is that intentional?
Yes.
Good. Okay. And then how's the school doing?
The school is we're fully operational, back in business, and ready to learn.
All right, good stuff to hear that. Tell us about your involvement in this initiative and why you got involved. Let's begin with you.
All right. First of all, can I just say thank you to Bahama Striping and to all of the sponsors who are coming on to this great initiative. We are really, really grateful. And here's what it means to us in the Eagle's Nest. It means an opportunity for one person, one company, a group of companies to really make a difference in the lives of our children. You know, for the children who will be impacted by this will not be just another noodle Christmas. I mean, sorry, a noodle Thanksgiving.
Right.
Okay, and so
I'm glad you said it, the noodle Thanksgiving, because
Yes.
you have to go to meal when you got much.
That's the go-to meal,
Yeah,
and with hot dog, it's a specialty.
See, they're giving the hot dogs in Fox Hill. Let's talk. I'm in a strange place tonight. Okay, Avanel, talk about why Cleveland Indians is involved.
So for Cleveland Indians, we're also the home of the Eagles. For us, it means so much to us because we know that a lot of our families during the holidays, they may have financial stresses. So it makes us feel so valued that this company is taking the initiative to go out there and just give not only the students, but the staff, make sure that everyone has a good Thanksgiving meal. And we are just so happy that we are able to be a part of this initiative. We are very excited and grateful to the company.
I said in the last segment, people think it's just one meal and say, oh, what's so big about that? But tell me, what does that mean that Thanksgiving is a big thing in the schools nowadays. And many schools have to plan the meal, and what they do is they have each grade bring a certain item, and they bring it all together. It's a lot of work and a lot of coordination. Y'all ain't got to do that. You can just show up on Thanksgiving Day, not worry about it, and know that the meals are going to be provided. That must take a whole load off and burdens when you think of all the other activities, each toward the whole calendar that you have to come up with, that you have to find costs for. One item you don't have to do is on Thanksgiving Day. That must take a lot of burden off.
Yeah, so for us at Cleveland Eneas, we have 750 students and 85 staff members.
Wow.
So it is so important for us to be able to provide for this huge amount of our school family this meal. We have the community partners who have already jumped on board to help us prepare the meal. The Kiwanis and Rotary, they'll be coming out to help us serve the meals. And we also have civic groups in our schools, our clubs. So we're going to also let some of our community partners, they will also be able to assist us. Our K-Kids, the Red Cross, the Brownies, the Sunflowers, they are all civically minded, and we are raising our students to be able to not only be accepting, but also be giving. So we are absolutely elated at this opportunity.
I was about to ask that, is there a lesson in this that you try to get to the students each year that's more than just free lunch, but there's a message behind it?
Well, there is a message behind it. For us, there are about 550 students at our school and about the same amount of staff members as well. But it's a message of hope. because it lets the children know that there are persons out there who are thinking about them, you know, who are supporting them, who love them, who care whether they eat or not. Even if it's only for one day, we're talking about the memory, the impact, the joy of them being a part of, because they're not just receiving the meal. They, at LW Young anyway, we sit family style. So each homeroom has to prepare as if it were sitting around a table as a family. So the homeroom teachers, they get together, they plan games for the children, movies for the children, they spread the table, everyone has a seat at the table before the food is even delivered. And for the staff members, it is especially great because it's an opportunity for them to work together to serve the children. So yes, once we are done with our Thanksgiving service, this is a family time in the Eagle's Nest.
Now, that must be important because a lot of these kids come from homes where sitting around a table, that ain't normal. That ain't something they've been exposed to, and they don't even know what that is about. And so you're introducing a new element again to these kids that perhaps has been missing from their homes.
Yes, this is something that they normally see on TV, but they don't get to experience it. I don't think the average person actually gets to experience that.
I think most of us,
Exactly.
What's having family dinner right about now? We're here to work, you know?
But they get to experience that because these are the people that they spend a lot of their time with. And so we want that sense of camaraderie, we want that sense of family, and it bonds them together because family is who you look out for. And we need that in the school community. You said it earlier, humanity. Okay, we need heart and we need people to show that we are humans and we are looking out for each other.
You know, when this school year starts, people just get their kids all dressed up, send them to school and say, I had them the whole summer, they're on you now. And I don't think people recognize what it takes to have a successful school year. It takes a lot of partnership and community because you definitely don't have the finances to be able to do everything. It takes, tell them what it takes, really, to have a successful school year.
For us to have a successful school year, of course, there has to be a strong partnership with the parents, with administrators, with the teachers. The students also are a strong part of that partnership. We always tell them that you are here, and we ask them, why are you here? We also have a strong community with us. So all of those people, all of the stakeholders in education, they come together to make sure and it's certain that we have a successful school year.
What about you? How important is community partnership for LW Young to have a successful school year?
So I am going to do the politician thing. I'm going to speak to the community.
Right to the camera.
Partnership in a school is key. It is the difference maker. And we've been able to partner with Legacy Church. We've been able to partner with many of our community stakeholders. And it is really what keeps the school running. Yes, it is a government school, but these children also come out and they are your citizens. They're the ones that are on your jobs. And so it is imperative that the community steps forward and be a part of what is going on in the schools. The better you do, the better the children do, the better they serve you later.
How much of community is it, I guess what I want to say is, how much of community impacts the output of a student's performance and what they do in their work? How much of that impact of community and the home, how much of it does it play?
Well, home invaluable, but I will give you an example. We have a food pantry at LW Young. And so that food pantry is sponsored by the community, by persons who step forward.
They're the ones who keep it going.
They're the ones who keep it going. And because of that, no child that comes to LW Young ever has to worry about breakfast or lunch. We even give children food to take home.
Really?
And and we all know if a child is hungry, they cannot learn.
Right.
So anytime they come to school, they never have to worry about a meal. The pantry always has something to offer to them. And that's how important it is to learning, because they can focus, because they don't have to worry about what they're going to eat. When a child has to worry about where they have to sleep or what they have to eat, they don't have time to focus on work and homework and lessons and so on. So we take that worry away from them. at least that aspect of it.
So it tells me that the school today is much different than what many of us grew up in, where we had people, our parents took care of that, right? Our parents made sure we had these things. Nowadays, school has had to change from just being a learning institution to really being a holistic a response to children's and their needs. What's going on? Is that a reflection of where our society has moved?
I think it's a reflection of where we are, and just knowing that the community needs to come together, and if we have to be our brother's keeper. So we at our school also, we have uniforms, we have shoes, we provide whatever it is that our students need, and we actually books. If the parents tell us that we're calling parents, why is the child not coming? We don't have lunch. Bring them to school. We provide, we're part of the National Breakfast Program. We're grateful for that. And we have other partners that give us food packages that we are also able to give our students in a nicely packaged bags. And even before the program, our community partners, they came along, they provided breakfast, tablets, books, resources, whatever it is our students need. We have our community partners that we can reach out to, and I am blessed to say no one has told me no so far.
And this year, a group called Buddies Brigade sponsors our school as well. So we got a lot of backpacks, books, and so on. But I think this is actually a step in a good direction because we always say it takes a village to raise a child. So we're showing them that they have a village.
I'm so excited to hear this because I think sometimes we don't put the kind of value on these school institutions as we should. We think they're just learning institutions where the teachers teach, but they're one-stop shop. You're dealing with their social needs, you're dealing with their physical needs, you're dealing with their spiritual needs, you're dealing with their academic needs. It's a one-stop shop. And I think I think if more people understood that, there'd be a lot more people giving, because you are literally transforming lives of young people who are coming from very depressed environments and are struggling to survive, but school is that safe haven for them.
Yes, it is. Yes, we service the whole child. It's the only way to go.
Wow. I see why Thanksgiving Day is important to you guys. It's a day away. I love the fact of the family style setting and what it does and what it brings to the table. Ladies, I must say thank you for the work you're doing in our communities. Thank you. This here is a thankless job. I know. Oftentimes it goes unnoticed, but thank you for shaping the future of our country. And I'm glad that we're able to serve. Maybe we can, get ZNS. I know we don't serve the schools around here. Maybe we need to come over there to help serve y'all.
Yes, that would be, we love
appreciate that.
Thank you so much for being on the show. We
and thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.
We've got more partners to talk to when we come back after this break. Stay close.
I put my foolish pride aside in acknowledgement of your goodness. Everything is the Lord's in the earth in its fullness.
It's MADIO Mario, and I'm inviting you to tune into Entertainment Fridays on the Bahamas tonight. Access now at 7:30 p.m. You miss it, you diss it.
To fall, but was caught before I fell. Was so hard-headed, too stubborn to ask for help.
That's the Bahamas Tonight. Access now, weekdays, 7:30 p.m. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
I have been coming to this island since I was 12 years old. It didn't take me long to realize the rich history it has here. When I bought this island in 2018, I fulfilled a lifelong dream. The goal is not only to preserve the memories I made over those years, but to make new ones, and to give others the opportunity to do the same. As we go through this process, it has become clear to me, we aren't just rebuilding an island, we're reviving a legend.
Get this straight to our new sales and marketing office, Centerville House, 5th floor, ASAP.
New sales and marketing office, Centerville House, 5th floor, quick.
New sales and marketing office in Centerville House, 2nd Terrace West, 5th floor, on my way.
Sales and Marketing Office, Centerville House, 2nd Terrace West, 5th floor.
You could have caught a ride with me. We're only a block away from ZNS.
ZNS Sales and Marketing has moved to the 5th floor, Centerville House, 2nd Terrace West. For more information, call 502-3800.
But I'm giving you 1 month to find a job, or you can find one of your little friends that's gonna let you sleep on their couch for free.
Can I help you? I'm just trying to talk to a young lady right here. I need for you to leave my shop right now. I'm gone.
It's hard for a woman to call out the man and her son. I just need some prayer support.
I'm just trying to see about a job, right? I ain't heard about nothing. What, you a salesman for this company?
I'm the president. That's for more. I want to introduce you to a small group of men that mean the world to me.
We grow together, we eat together. It's one of the most important things I've ever done in my life.
God has forgiven me for so much. Who was I to refuse to forgive?
Okay, Jesus, I give it to you.
Isaiah, welcome to the forge.
Now that is good. Miss Claire, I need you to come by here more often. Keisha needs you.
We wrap up our Let's Make a Difference Thanksgiving preview with another round of representatives who make the program happen. Salvation Army Bahamas Major Rudolph Mio and Bahamas Red Cross Communications Officer Travis Edgecombe, both here to talk about their contributions. Thank you, gentlemen, for being here. It's good to have both of you.
Thank you for having us.
All right, now let's start with Salvation Army because, you know, y'all always a part of anything where it's called giving. Because it's what you do, it's who you are. Red Cross likewise, but somehow when we think about Thanksgiving and Christmas, you kind of always think about the Salvation Army. Let's talk about your involvement in this Let's Make a Difference initiative, first of all.
Okay, let me just begin by saying thank you to Bahama Striping for allowing us to partner with them again once this year. And it was so much of a wonderful service that was done on last Thanksgiving,
right.
and we served 500 people.
Wow.
And this year again, we're back on the drill to serve 1,000 this time.
Wow. I know for you it must be a blessing and a relief together that you have one day where you don't have to try to figure out how we're going to do this, because there's always a need.
Yes. Where there is a need, there is the Salvation Army. However, that day is considered for us a blessing.
Yes.
When you know that you do not have to worry about all the ingredients in preparing that meal for those individuals, and so that we can just receive that, and as we freely receive and freely give.
That's how the scriptures put it, right?
Yes.
As you freely receive, freely give. What is the response that you get from people when you're able to just distribute and give to them? What is the response often like?
And it's at times overwhelming, but when you can see a smile on someone's faces, that to say, wow, that thank you for that meal, it really makes a difference. Now, people might ask, okay, as I heard many a time, say, okay, it's one time,
right.
But we have to realize that there are individuals who do not have that one-time choice. Some of us in our fridge, we have choices. We choose what to eat in the morning, what we don't want to eat in the afternoon. But for those individuals who do not have that choice to serve that Thanksgiving meal is a very great service in saying thanks, and to those corporations who has really helped and assist to provide those meals, and those persons benefited from it. It's a blessing on Thanksgiving.
The Red Cross is always there to help, and it's always there to provide that support to people in need. What is it like being a part of this initiative, and obviously having such a partner of strength that makes a meaningful impact around the country? It must alleviate a lot of the problems and burdens of only for one day.
Yes, well, as a kid, at my high school, Temple Christian, I was a part of the Red Cross Club.
Wow.
So we were a part of Thanksgiving Give Back. So we would give back meals at the old folks home and anywhere in the community where they would need assistance. So now that I'm older and I'm a part of the Bahamas Red Cross, I truly have now an understanding of what it is to give back. So this partnership means a lot, and it means a lot more, personally and also externally as well. So the Bahamas Red Cross, in any way possible, we would love to assist and making sure that that one child or that one family that needs that meal, we're there to assist in making their life a little bit better or a little bit easier.
Bahamas Striping Group of Companies gets it, right? They understand the importance of being able to, as you benefited, to be able to give back and freely give, I should put it that way. Do you think the country's understanding the importance of giving back and understanding the importance of helping those in need? Sometimes we become so privileged that we remove ourselves from understanding that there are people who literally struggle to have a meal. Are we getting it?
We have a program at the Bahamas Red Cross called Meals on Wheels, and we give out meals to various families, almost 200 families per day. And we understand that there is a need. And then also there are families that may not have the means to even cook food. So we make sure that we reach out to as many people as possible per day. We get the messages on social media where there are families that may need a bed, families that may need a carriage for a child. So we make sure that we make everything possible to make sure that they have what they need, whether it's food, whether it's dry goods, all of those items we make sure we have available for them.
We can talk about feeding people daily or having these meals and feeding 200 people a day. That takes resources.
It does. And as much as we have the resources, Bahamas Red Cross will make it happen.
Wow. Salvation Army has never given up.
No.
Even when it seems difficult. You're there continuing to do it. For so many people, because I'm trying to get home to people that a meal makes a difference for people. And while to us it's like, oh, it's only a meal, that's something that many people in this country are not able to have and enjoy on a daily basis.
On a daily basis. Yeah, and I just want to take this opportunity to say thank you to the corporate Bahamas because they have been very grateful and very giving. And though you would have seen that the demand increases, the income is not as what it used to be, but the people are still giving. And this is why we are able to maintain all the program that we carry through in the Salvation Army. The daily hot meal feeding program, the weekly dry good packages for family of 4, and on the women's and children shelter, the Salvation Army, the School for the Blind, the adult mop shop, all these things being able to be maintained because of the Bahamian people who have been supporting this movement. And that's why I'm so privileged and delighted to have partnered with Bahama Striping Group and companies to come on board this year again to help us and assist in serving these communities and these people. Now, in the Salvation Army, if you go in Market Street, we do it in a very purposeful way that we do not keep it on the inside. Now, we also serve those with less fortunate. However, this meal is so well prepared that even as we go out, people driving, and you stretch out your hands, we give you a plate of food. And the principle as well, and I would say to my kitchen, if anything is cooked, I cannot eat it, it cannot be served. And that's what is the best quality that we offer. Is sometimes people say the less fortunate. Listen, you would have seen buses park and people just jump in and get their meal and go right back in. So it is our pleasure of serving people. But as the Salvation Army, a non-profit organization serving by faith, we are grateful to the Bahamian people and Bahamas Striping Group of Company on that day to help us serve 1,000 people.
1,000 people?
Yes, we're going forward this year.
Listen, I was about to say, ain't nothing less fortunate about this meal, right? This meal comes from some of the best chefs and cooks in this country. It is top notch. It ain't no scrap meat. Ain't no leftover stuffing. This is prime food. If you know anything about Bahama Striping and their chairman and their president, they eat well. And so it's a direct flow of their kind of thing. They ain't gonna give you something they wouldn't enjoy themselves. So this is the meal of choice on Thanksgiving. You know, y'all, I know some of y'all out there spending, and I don't hate nobody's sales, but y'all spending $25 on food. When you eat it, you're like, my God, man. We be laughing around here because on Thanksgiving, everybody who think they could cook can sell tickets. And we be laughing at people who be saying, man, this rice raw, this rice hard. Oh, man, this thing tastes bad. Who's make candy yam like this? Who's make ham like this? We be laughing. And you get this meal from Bahama Striping that's like top notch. Everything tastes good on it.
Wonderful.
And it's wonderful. I'm saying that's why you're going to help that's why you're going to help give to somebody else, and you enjoy the meal. Because everybody cooking on Thanksgiving, be careful. Listen, the tip of the day: be careful who you buy Thanksgiving meals from this Thanksgiving. Don't get disappointed. You've been disappointed year after year. And people like to throw it in the pumpkin pie and make it look as if you're getting something extra. It makes no sense. Stop buying Thanksgiving meals from people and getting it at 4 o'clock in the afternoon because they've been on the road delivering all day. The Bahama Striping Give Back Initiative is so well organized. People all across this country get their meals on time. Yeah. On time. Nobody's sitting there waiting, hungry, starving. Like some of y'all been doing around the corporation before. Everybody, your belly growling, waiting on the person to deliver the food. By the time they send it to you is in the evening. Football already on. So they get it on time. It's good quality. And great organizations you're seeing here are all a part of ensuring you get it with love. And one day out of the year, you don't have to take the load off of you. You don't have to worry about it. You can just be a part of this initiative, and I think it means so much. Gentlemen, thank you for being a part of the show. We appreciate it. And we look forward to working together on Thanksgiving Day for a great day. Thank you for being a part.
Thank you.
And thank you.
Stop buying these bad tasting food. Anyway, that's the show for tonight. Of course, be a part of this initiative. Remember, if you want to sign up for it, please call Bahama Striping Group of Companies. Find out what you can donate, what you can be a part of. Even if you don't have anything to give your time. And it will do you real good. It will change and transform your life. And of course, the ZNS Broadcasting Corporation, we're definitely looking forward to being a part again of this nationwide initiative. It is certainly worth it. Well, that does it for the rundown. Be sure to stay locked to the ZNS network. For the Bahamas tonight at 11, it's the final live newscast in the country with the latest news and information with Corval apart from I see him getting ready in the corner somewhere for the 11 o'clock news. And of course, this is Wednesday, so that means tomorrow you have the rundown on leadership with Ahmad Rashad. And then I'll see you back here on Monday. For all of us here at ZNS, I'm Clint Watson. Thanks for joining us. Good night, everyone.
At Lyford Key, I'm Tanya Smith Cartwright. This is ZNS.
Education today is about more than just academics. It's about ensuring that students and parents alike have the support they need to thrive. From wraparound services for families, to guidance counselors helping students navigate challenges, to specialized institutes addressing unique needs, the Bahamas is reshaping how we approach